he might have. Oh, so
weak.
It was weak. It didn't look like that did damage, but it was weak against that.
Status effect.
So that's good. Yeah. Mandrake.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
We'll just attack again.
Speaking of catching something, I need to catch some munchies, so I will definitely be right back for sure.
Fire definitely, I think, is the way to go.
Oh, wait, I need to actually change my weapon so I can see it.
But with each one of
that's
those,
pretty nice.
those
subtle.
attacks that
It's not
exploit a
too
weakness,
much.
I get another turn. Unfortunately, I just don't know if I can keep.
Yo,
going
is that
much longer.
Abby Shores, aka
This is a
Krabby
valid
Shores,
effort, though.
Krabby Savior
Yeah, okay,
of
that
the
missed again.
universe?
This is.
Let's
Yo,
see
what's
what
up,
happens
fam?
here. Let's see what
Oh,
happens.
is he just going right for you?
Could've been done well.
Whoa, he targeted me straight up.
Yeah, he was just
One
Caught
hit,
me in the
we're
middle
done.
of
Dang.
getting new fashion together.
So yeah.
And there's a look
Looking
too
pretty-
at,
pretty
two of
nice,
the
if I
lead
do say so
characters. I know
myself.
We had more info about that, Ethan, right?
Yeah. So this our main character in this game is a human fused with an unknown being, and we kind of got to look at the both of them there. That's it. We ended in a game over, but that was
This
Shin
sword
Megami
does
Tensei
match as
5.
well,
And of
which makes
course,
me
there's always
really
gonna be
happy.
more. And
Let's
that
try
was
the other
Shin
one.
Megami Tensei 5, and that comes out on November 12th with pre-orders starting on
Which
June
is-
21st. So definitely look forward to it. But don't go
Levantine?
anywhere. We'll be right back with Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this thing is massive. What the fuck? Ah, yes. We have reached endgame. When your free-to-play account becomes fucking pay to win. Let's go. This is actually insane. It's a little much for me. I'd rather just have something normal.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. I'm Audrey.
Yeah,
I'm
you like
here
my
with my
sword?
good friends
You like my
Dimitri
big sword?
Takei, and we're very
Yeah?
excited to show you
pretty
Advance
sick, isn't
Wars
it?
1+2
Yeah?
Reboot
yeah.
Camp. So this is a complete remake from the ground up of Advance Wars 1 and 2.
It's pretty
been
big.
20 years since the original game
Alright,
came
let me
out on
change
Game
it
Boy
back to the
Advance.
other
So,
one.
you know, I think
I
we've
like the
waited
other one
long enough.
better.
D, why don't you show us how it's done?
Yeah.
Because it's
All right, so what we're going to do is show you two different missions today. And right now I'm actually playing the very first mission in the game. And we're just going to start right off and kind of just jump right into it. So for those who've never played
I need
Advance
some.
Wars
I need a
before,
gun skin
all the
too.
units I control right now are right here on the left-hand side. And the opposing team is going to be, or enemies, is on the right-hand side. My goal is going to be to capture this space over here. But let's kind of get started. So what I want to do is I'm going to start by moving my tank over here. All right, this is looking good.
Brave little tank.
I only got one, so I gotta make sure to take care of it. When I
I'm gonna
see damage
adjust
like
the
that,
sheathing position so it's a little more.
It's worth noting this is the same
Across the
addictive
back.
gameplay from the original games, but with redesigned characters and units. So that's why it's
Like
so
so.
shiny and cartoony.
And adorable.
Yes.
yeah, you can kind of see the edge of the map look like a board too, which is
Yeah,
really, really
a
cool.
little bit.
And this
Okay.
grid-based system might look familiar to fans of Fire Emblem, and this is similar, except for in this game you actually control squadrons of units instead of individual characters, which obviously has its own challenges, as Dee's going to show us.
Yes. It's really cool how they do this. So everything is turn-based. Essentially, I'm going to end my turn, and then the enemy will go, and that will consist
Yeah,
of the
outfit
first
on
day.
fleek, dude.
Olaf!
Hello, Olaf.
All right.
He's
Hello.
clearly the good guy.
And Blue Moon is the name of the army that Olaf works for. We are the Orange Star Army. All right, everything's looking good so far. Oh, I was hoping they would lose one more additional tank right here. Okay, that's okay. All right, we're doing okay. All right,
Shaken.
so all right, I'm all ready. Okay, so for those who are wondering, you see right here it says damage 55%. So that's the percent I'm going to do a good amount of damage. One thing to note about this skin that's really interesting is you start off with 10 HP, and that is also the amount of power that you
What's
have.
camera
It's
two
the
look
best way to
like?
think about that. So the less number you have, the
What's
less
camera
power
three
you
look
do.
like?
And this is really important because sometimes units can
Camera two, maybe?
counterattack. Keep that in mind because we really want to avoid this medium tank right here. This thing can hit like a truck and just hit like a tank actually.
Like a tank. Like a
And-
medium tank.
Like a medium
It's
tank.
heavy.
And take everything out. So I want to be very careful about that. And I also want to take out this
Oh
artillery.
wow,
unit
the
here.
back of it actually
So I am
has
going
like
to do
holographic.
that.
There's a holographic texture
We're
on
gonna
it.
be
That's pretty
very,
sick.
Very precise here. Okay, so this is looking good. One thing to also notice, because I'm in a city right now on a city tile, I had enhanced defense. That's why you see those stars. So fire. This is looking good. Okay, we're gonna shoot this.
Bombs away.
I really don't want this artillery unit to survive because it'll
yeah, those-
really mess with my plan.
Well, those long range
The
units can
lighting
be super
actually
tricky, so it is a
cuts
good
me.
idea to get rid of them first.
Yeah.
It's really important in this game to control your surroundings. Be aware of not only where you're placing your units, but what the enemy's ranges are, what's going on with the different bases. There's a lot to manage.
Correct. You can even capture cities, and this really comes into play later when you build units, which we'll show you in the next mission. But for now, I'm just capturing just because I want to. It's fun. One thing to note is some units have different moves. They can only move a certain amount of spaces. So, for example, this APC, it's really good to load up some units that have less movement. So that's what I'm planning to do right now. Okay, so everything's looking good. I'm gonna end here and go to day 2.
So, what's your overall plan for dealing with this medium tank, D?
I am going to kind of create a diversion. My goal is to first
Yeah, let's
move
find
all of
some
my
decent lighting.
APCs,
And we'll take
excuse me,
a
all of my troops
take a
over,
photo.
and then I'm going to use my APC and my tank to block the medium tank
produce
from
actual light?
moving
No.
while I try to capture the base. So, our headquarters, rather. Okay. Now, this is a part's a little... I'm going to speed this up just a little bit, but I'm a little worried. Okay, whew, not too much damage.
So you can see them actually go through the water because they were placed on the
You
water.
could also have the
different
settings
tiles
turned
have
off
different
by accident.
backgrounds or different effects, and it's really cool. Now, it's the beginning of day 3, so that means we can talk a little bit beginning here about our CO powers.
Wait, but first we have to worship Nell. Hi, Nell.
Hello,
Okay, now we can
Nell.
move on.
Now, for those who are wondering,
Let me
CO
sit
powers
in
are
the chair.
essentially unique powers for each additional CO or commanding officer.
That should be good.
For Nell, she's going to be able to essentially increase her chance to have a little bit more power, so that's going to be wonderful to do.
Yeah, Nell's a lucky lady, so when she increases her luck, good things happen.
Exactly. Now, the way CO powers increase is just through battle. It's not just that it randomly builds up, so that's just one thing to keep in mind. I'm going to activate it right now.
All right. You're going to need the luck.
Here we go.
This is so cute in this animation. Go, Nell.
Oh.
Okay, this is good. This is working out great. What I need to do here, let's see. They have greater chance of dealing high damage in battle. But everyone's different. Even Olaf has a really good CO power, but I want to make sure to try to avoid that because it's going to slow me down.
Yeah, Olaf's CO power is really cool. He actually allows him. I'm sorry, I had
see
to.
what you did there.
I so appreciate that.
It allows him to make it snow, which changes the battlefield because his units aren't affected. Their mobility and range aren't affected by snow, but your units are. So you really want to try and avoid
yes.
that, D. Good
Turn
luck
around with
that.
the camera like this.
One other thing you might see me do. Oh gosh, do I want to take that out? Actually, you know, I'm gonna. Ooh.
I do kind of want to get a
I
like an
don't
image
know.
of the
What you gonna
backside
do,
though.
D?
Actually, here we go. Whew. One of the new features as well to this is I can actually hold down a button and I can speed up the animations, which is a great new feature. You can also just turn the battle animations off if you want to go even faster.
Good.
But if you're
Why
like
would
me,
you wanna do
want-
that?
Yeah, exactly. You want to see those
You're so
animations.
cute.
Yeah, if you really hate delightful things, just turn them off. But otherwise, you can just fast forward through if you're short on time.
So we're gonna go through that. All right, so this is looking great. Now we're gonna see these mech units. That's these guys who carry missiles. They're really good against tanks, so I want to be very careful. But everything's looking good here. I'm going to probably, you know what? I'm just gonna stay here and end my turn. This is looking good.
What I really love about this game is each time you approach
It's
a map,
still super
it's basically
funny.
brand new. There are so many different ways you can go about winning or trying to win.
How
And so,
PNG that
like this time,
PNG
you said
is.
you're capturing bases for fun. You really don't have to capture all of the bases in some maps. So it's really up to you how much you want to go for it.
Yeah.
Well, and
I'm-
even on this map, if you were feeling extra lucky or maybe extra reckless, you could try to take out that medium tank
Mm-hmm.
and win by taking out all the units on the map. And that's
why does that
another-
feel like a challenge, Kate?
Yeah, if you were feeling brave
I didn't
or
say that's what you should
valiant
do.
or
More than
something.
that.
I
Oh
guess
yeah, I
you
have to
could-
change my
wink.
camera angle back.
Nah, we ain't going there.
It's too smart for that one.
no,
I didn't really. I never knew at first that this legitimately just
happen.
changes
I
your
promise
like
I'm not on
entire
Olaf's
camera
side.
angle.
Uh-huh.
It
I'm
just
on
stays
Olaf's
like
side,
that.
But I do support you.
The battle on two fronts it is. All right, so now we're looking really good. So this is where it gets a little tricky. I really want to pay attention to the tile work because you can see this is the enemy range of attack. You'll see there's one little
All right,
spot
chat.
here that I can move my APC and not get attacked. So that's what I'm going to do.
That APC is carrying precious cargo.
Yeah,
That's
it
the key
really
to your
is.
victory right there, little Henry.
Just
Yeah,
once
yeah.
again.
Be so gentle with little Henry.
Let me
Just cancel
find
that out
out.
of fear. Or no, all right, want to triple check? Yeah, okay.
Really, a mistake of just one tile.
I
can
think
ruin your whole
Bandai-
game.
For real? Yeah. I'm
Sleepco
a
is in
little
like an
worried.
hour.
Don't be worried though.
Yeah, you know, I'll capture.
Maybe
right
be
here.
a little worried.
He's a little.
Let's see.
Little
That medium
worried.
tank is pretty scary right
It,
now.
it really is.
It really is.
The medium tank will destroy my regular tank in one shot because I'm at 9. If I was at 10, it would take it down to 1. But
Oh,
since it
no.
was damaged a little bit,
See how feisty Nell got? She did not like that.
okay, we're gonna capture here.
It
Alright,
says
this is looking good.
2:25
So this
p.m.
is at 9. I'm gonna go ahead and park
What
it right
time?
here because I can actually get a
Or
repair
what time
on
zone?
any cities that I own or have taken over. And don't forget, you can actually capture cities that are taken over by the opposing side as well. I won't do that right now, but just in case those were wondering. All right, so here we go, Kay. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
bring this right here.
Are you sure?
This one's for you.
The timing is right though.
2:25
yeah.
PT.
Can you make it all the way over to the HQ?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
You messing with me?
He's
Got to keep you on your toes, man.
That's all right. I appreciate it.
He's got plans.
I do got plans. I got good plans.
We've seen those plans crumble many times.
But that is the fun part of this. Everybody does have their own play style, and sometimes you have to kind of adjust on the fly, and that's really, really fun about this game.
Yeah, it's not Dee's fault Olaf has weird powers.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Here we go.
That's at
Strength of the medium
5:25.
tank.
Oh,
So
Olaf.
it's in like an
I mean,
hour and some change.
Yes.
So, all right, chat. I am going
It's
to
fine. I'll do it alone.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's go here. I'm gonna capture.
breathe. So we'll change it up
And I'm
a little
gonna
bit.
capture.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off
I really
stream
should
so
be
I
attacking,
can
Capturing
but
a
I'm
lot
eat.
of cities here, actually.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm being a little.
I probably won't take a nap because it's only an
sloppy, so
hour
I'm
and some
gonna move
change.
this
But yeah.
There. Let's protect, and then
So anyways,
I still don't want that medium tank. To
I'm not gonna
move.
say that's gonna
And
do.
this
I'm
is
gonna do the full
pretty
outro because
much-
I'll be right back in like
That
an hour and
APC
some
has
change.
been
So
the MVP of this map.
have a good one.
Yeah, it really is.
Now
Stream-
going to a valiant.
Stream people that exist
Sacrificial
on the
death.
internet.
I'm just gonna end my turn. I'm not even worried.
Shout outs to people that
You just got-
exist.
Mm-hmm.
No, this was
Also to people that
by
don't exist.
one.
Y'all still the homies.
Do it.
Oh no! I was wrong.
GG's.
Oh yeah, Milton, I'll at you, fam.
I was not expecting that, but it's all right, cause see, you gotta protect your
Mm, mm,
base.
mm,
You gotta protect your
mm,
You got
headquarters.
through that by the
Cities.
skin of your teeth. The
I got it.
Yeah.
So that's a victory.
Yeah, I'll definitely see you at
nice work.
All right. So
Sleep
everything's
Co.
looking good. All right.
No
Now
time
we're-
for
Yeah, I'll be back on. I mean, if you want, I can hop back
We're
in
gonna
like
do
something
Sin's
that's a bit
Discord if you
more
want to talk
challenging.
about
yeah,
it.
so we'll go ahead
Yeah,
and-
yeah, yeah.
That's how
Well, I'll be back here anyways too. I just need to. You and I both need to grab food.
Yeah, yeah. All right, fam. I'll holler at you.
and
You,
just give
you
us a chance.
somehow managed to bring down Olaf. I'm happy for you. Yes.
Olaf will be back.
Oh, he'll be back.
So what we're going to do now is load up mission 6, which is going to be a bit more of a challenge. And just a second here, I gotta get through all these screens. But this one will be really interesting because now we're going to bring in building units with a base and as well as different air units as well. So we have to be very, very, very careful.
Right, and we're up against a different CO this time, who is one of my favorites.
Big Eagle fan, huh?
So I am going to unabashedly be rooting for Eagle.
I'll root for D, I guess.
All right, here we go. Now we're back in. Okay, so
Those little animations are so cute.
yeah, they
I
really do
love it.
emote very well. It's,
Mhm.
it's super, super cool. All right. So right now, essentially in the story, we're kind of seeing what's going on. We don't know who we're taking on. And we don't know in just for the next few seconds. but as it is, it's Eagle, and Eagle's very, very dangerous because he's extremely good with his air units. Now, as you see, the map is quite a bit bigger now, and I still want to capture this headquarters here. And
Because you're a coward.
I mean, I could go the hard way, but why? You know what? You just gotta play it smart, right?
Is that what you're calling it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it. A win is a win, Kay. You know this.
I think you've got a decent chance of winning, Dee.
I will take that too. All right, so now I do have my own heavy tank, or excuse me, medium tank, and I'm going to use this to kind of create an open space.
It's a good moment to see how the different units and different vehicles look different on the different sides.
Wait till we get to see some of these aerial units in action.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the fun is at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like this one? You want to see this one actually?
Fun
Kay? 'Cause
for us
I'm
to
about to
watch,
shoot it down.
Yeah, these are the small fries, though. Like, we'll see how big you talk when you have to go up against the jets.
Oh,
I'm a little worried about the jets. No lie.
you should be. The jets
Yes.
are formidable, and their range is enormous.
They really are, and I will show everybody in just 1 second what we mean by that.
So I
First.
see you've got what is it, the transport copter loaded up
Yes.
with one of your infantry units.
Which I'm going to move down here. And this is really the key of at least my strategy here, is I really want to protect this transport copter. I really want to also protect the battle copter as well if I can. But this right here is key because I'm going to fly it all the way over and land right there. But as you can see over here, these jets have an incredible range. And with Eagle CEO power, which makes them able to go twice, it's really, really tough.
So you basically have to pay attention to the placement of that copter at all times.
You really do. You really do.
Good luck.
So what I really want to do is try to block this transport copter a lot. So I'm actually going to build an APC. And you're gonna see me do that one more time because I want to actually build a couple and use them to kind of lure a lot of things away. So things are looking good here.
That's a really good point. How you manage your resources really has a deep impact on your gameplay. It affects how you're able to complete objectives, how hard it is for yourself even, so you really have to keep an eye on your gold.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see where he moves.
I really love the bases too because they do give you more range and more options on how you want to tackle certain challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this is really fascinating part about this game was during my practice, one jet went up top and one jet went below, but now they both went below. So there must be something that I'm not seeing, but that's really the fun part. So I'm going to have to improvise a little bit here.
Nice. Those rockets were.
Yeah, you can't
Clutch.
really plan for the full map. They're always going to take you by surprise in some
Yep.
way or another.
Yeah, so what I want to do now is, all right, so I'm going to move.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Yes?
He
Yes.
was.
I don't
Wait
know. I've
here.
seen you get into trouble at this place before, so
I'm going to wait here. And this is what I'm going
That
to
was
do.
ancient history.
is it?
Here,
Time will tell.
I am going to move here. Woo.
That was gutsy.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
My plan is working.
All right, so I do want to keep that there. All right, phew. Now the jets cannot attack things on the ground. They only go air to air. So as you see now, I'm boxing everything in. The only thing I'm worried about is if a jet goes from behind and takes out my battlecopter, so I got to be very careful.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, we in there. I'm going to move right here. Move this here.
I think people call this the turtle technique.
It's called winning. And I will
We'll do
take it.
that.
Okay, let's do end turn. And there is a bomber up in the top hand right, but I don't want to go within that view. Now you'll see that Eagle's taking over bases as well, but we're okay with that. I have plans. I have plans, ladies.
We
I
believe
think we got
you.
this.
That's what you always say.
I'm playing.
It
Okay.
really feels like playing with a bunch of toy soldiers when you're playing.
Yeah,
this
it really
game.
does have that feel, doesn't it? Okay. So everything's looking good. What I really want to do now is take this one out. So if I don't destroy these, it really gives Eagle a chance to use all of this arsenal twice. Just his air units, and even though he goes down the second time, it's going to be at half power, but it's still very, very formidable. So now I'm going to be a little risky here. I'm going to move this forward. And
All right, that
he's
was a
creating
choice.
space. That's interesting. But here, I'm going to do this.
It's not what I would have done, but you know,
It's okay.
you play your game.
And now I'm going to move over here. So we're going to end up more than likely, I won't be able to.
Nice.
You got him.
Yeah, so now we're going to be careful. So see, we have to see how. Aha!
Mm-hmm.
So this looks good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move you over because I know you're going to. You know what? Yeah, I know what you're
Got
going
to
to
take a chance sometime.
Well, because what Eel can do is kind of fly around, right? And then activate and come right back under.
yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is block right here.
Ooh, that's
Mm.
pretty clever.
You've learned
actually.
from your mistakes.
I really can't move anything else, so I'm just going to be forced to end my turn. Whew. Whew.
And that CO power is full, so we'll see.
Have mercy, Eagle.
We'll see when he chooses to use it.
I'm not sure if he'll use it now, but I know if he does not use it now and I blow his jet out of the sky, then he will use that bomber and probably destroy my medium tank and maybe an APC. But that's okay.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Again, part of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
We got this. Everything's looking good.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
That's how you're making D feel right now.
All right, we got this here. I'm going to speed things up again.
This will finish it, yes.
All right, now I can safely start moving all of my troops over.
Now life can resume again.
Yeah,
can
now
breathe
we're
for a
looking
little
really
bit,
good. So
yeah.
now I can just fly all the way over here. Wait.
Mm.
No, we good. We good.
Remember whose side she's on.
That's true. That's very true.
I have to admit, you're doing very well. For
Pains
now.
her to say it.
Don't believe
but-
you.
No, you are. You do still have that bomber to worry about.
I do. And I still have to make sure I don't draw too much attention. And I think I'm going to be able to move this right.
Yeah, you really don't want them to come for you until you're quite ready for it.
Oh, man, I really can't move very far. Okay, here.
I don't think you'll be able to relax until Eagle uses that CO power.
So I still have. Okay, I should be all right. I'm going to try and move right here. You know what? I'm going for it.
Oh,
Well,
we'll see.
we'll see if this is the start of your downfall.
So we definitely just lost this medium tank, and I think we might lose my anti-air unit as well, but that's okay.
It's always hard to predict
Speed that
what
up a little
Eagle's
bit.
going to go for next. Here it comes.
He might actually go for an APC. And you'll see bombers are incredibly powerful.
I love this
Ooh.
animation so
completely
much.
Yeah,
It's
wipes
like
too.
Everything out.
the game is beginning now. Here it comes.
Ugh.
Here it comes.
Yes.
But see, I planned this.
I can't help but notice your transport copter is not being turtled.
Well, no, it's okay because you can't bomb the transport copter, so we're fine. The bomber can attack. But yep, going for an APC.
Oh,
Your trick worked.
yeah. That's pretty good.
And that, yeah, this is the type of play style I like to kind of try to draw them out in, on my time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're looking really, really good here now. So I'm gonna start capture everything, capture this base, then I'm gonna capture this city. And the way that works is you see there's a point structure there. And again, remember that units have different. Oh, nope. Have HP. So to capture this, I need 20. And since I have a full unit at 10, that means I'll be able to capture it next turn. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot this thing down totally, right? Yeah, 116. There we go.
That's gonna feel pretty good.
Bye.
Oh,
Oh.
gone.
What do you think about that,
Bye, Fair
Kay?
Bomber.
Ooh.
You will be remembered.
All right, so now we really opened up a lot. So I'm going to move all of my stuff up because we still kind of have to worry about the bases. We don't want a bunch of tanks starting to roll across the bridge here. And there still is a tank up there, so I'm just going to start moving into position. Actually,
Yeah, just because that bomber's gone doesn't mean he doesn't have tricks up his sleeve still.
correct. Never underestimate your opponent. You never know what they're going to do.
You're learning.
Gonna go ahead and supply. You want to capture that? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Sorry.
Not today.
Ooh.
Even with that high amount of defense, that's not going to help you. All right, now
Eagle's
let's
not
move over
happy
here.
about that.
No.
Just move that over there. Okay, we're looking good, right? I'm not forgetting anything, am I, ladies? No.
Not that Kay's gonna tell you.
And now you may be wondering, well, Demetrius, you have your CO power. I'm going to save that for the ends, and you'll see why. Sometimes when you get your CO power, you don't really want to use it right away. You want to use it at the most opportune moment.
Right.
That's right. It's
You're
not so
using
easy to get
Andy
it back.
this time instead of Nell, so you've got a different
Correct.
CO power this time to show off.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is move my tank over here. Looking good. I want to move my artillery up as high as possible, right there. All right, here we go. So now we know the tank can come all the way down, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly over here, drop, and now there's nothing this tank can do. And I'm going to move my battlecopter into position. And really, this is pretty much winnable no matter what now.
Yeah,
And
you're actually in a really good spot here.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know
think
you're
I've seen
feeling
you do this well
cozy.
before.
He's capturing so many cities. He's feeling cozy.
Yeah.
I practiced.
We won't ask you how many times.
That was, let's say more than one.
Replay value.
Now this will do some significant damage, but we're okay. All right, here comes all
Wow.
the tanks and all that, but we're not worried about that. Now, if for some reason things did go south, you can just, just as a little bit of advice, you can always start to build something down here like rockets. And now you see I have the bridge covered. So I can just start piling things on, going over here. I can move over here. See, now I have so many things covered. Let's go ahead and use this battlecopter just to take this down. All right, it's not going to do much damage. And you may be wondering, well, this is still wounded. Well, now it's time to use my CO power.
Yeah.
So Andy has what's called hyper repair, and remember now every unit has about 10 HP. With hyper repair, you get 2 HP back for every unit you have.
Oh, nice.
It's really, really wonderful.
That can really save your neck
Yeah.
sometimes too.
Yeah, I've won many missions just repairing and getting through it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're looking good here. We have it captured. Can I move? Oh, it's out of the way. I can't help it. I gotta capture more.
It's
One
right
thing to note
there.
too is the more cities you have captured, the more amount of gold or in-game currency you're gonna get per turn, and that's what helps you build everything. Okay, so you know what? I think we're good. I'm not even gonna worry. I'm just gonna end my turn. We got this.
You're doing pretty great resource management here, I have to say. Capturing cities, building at bases. You're owning.
You're
so
a
far.
worthy opponent.
He's trying. But look, that does nothing. That does nothing. You can move all over here. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna hold fast forward here. You can't even take out my regular tank. You got nothing.
Uh-oh.
Now you're mocking Eagle.
You better
Yeah, it's not
be
gonna
careful
fly.
how confident you are.
Oh, you
It's
know,
not over till it's over.
should I capture everything? I just want. I'm just gonna skip it all. Captured.
You're gonna make him so
Boom,
mad.
and that's it. That's mission accomplished.
Mm, Very well done.
No, that seems possible because I was playing.
We never doubted you for a
Oh.
second, either of us.
Poor
So
Eagle.
there is a lot more to show in the future. Don't forget, this was just from the first campaign of Advance Wars 1. There is also the second campaign, Advance Wars 2, Black Hole Rising. And also, I'd like to say real quickly that there is online gameplay, so there is more going to be about that coming in the future as well.
That's right. We've got a 4-player co-op that supports up to 4 players and all kinds of commanding officers, weather, fog of war, different units. We haven't even taken a look at Advanced Wars 2, so there's still a lot to discover, but we were so happy to be able to show you this. And please stay tuned. Next, we're going to take a look at WarioWare Get It Together, so stick around.
Hello, and welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Riona, the Rambunctious, and I'm joined today by Ethan, the Enthusiastic, and Brandon, the Bodacious. And today we are going to be showing you WarioWare Get It Together, new WarioWare title that's coming to Nintendo Switch. A lot of fun, very exciting. And Brandon, why don't you tell us a little bit about WarioWare?
I am so excited to talk about WarioWare and share this game with everybody. So, yeah, this is a new WarioWare game, and here's what we're going to do. Part of the fun of any new WarioWare game is the surprise factor. So there's a lot of cool stuff in this game, and we're going to show you a little bit of it. This will be a micro segment to match the micro games of WarioWare Get It Together.
Cleverly done, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we're going to dive into story mode here and show you just 3 quick levels in this story mode. This is just a very small taste. So as you can see, I've played through a little bit of this already. So this is kind of returning to story mode. You can see my high score off on the right there, showing how well I've done in the past. So we're going to hop into Wario's intro games here. And right away, you can see some very different cool stuff happening in this WarioWare game.
Character selection.
So
Playable
many.
characters. So I have a variety of characters here. This is just who I've met so far, just early on in the adventure. So I'm going to start with Wario, of course, that makes sense, and plays Cricket and 18-Volt as well.
So you're like building a team of 3.
Yeah, you
folks
get to pick
take.
sort of a small crew to take with you into these micro games, and they all control differently. And well, I'll let the visuals do the talking.
Yeah.
And you, Ethan.
And for anyone who's not familiar with micro games, they're basically these little bite-sized games, really fast, really hectic, really chaotic, and the goal is to finish them as quickly as possible before the time runs out.
Yep.
But part of the fun is figuring out what exactly you have to do. So
Right.
Hypnotize here.
Yep. And each micro game has a way to succeed, and if you don't do that specific thing, you will lose one of your little life bars down below, as you can see. But we're already seeing, though, the different characters, and this is new to the WarioWare series. The different characters behave and act differently, and have different abilities. So young Cricket, there we just saw, has the ability to jump high. We've got 18-Volt here throwing these discs from his head. And that's going to change the way that you play the same micro games.
Right. You
Different
never
characters are
know.
going to play them differently.
And you never know who you're going to get. So it's always, completely random. Maybe you are really familiar with the game, you're used to playing with a certain character, but now you have a completely different character.
Right.
So,
So you pick the 3, but then you don't really have control over which character is going to play which stage.
Brandon is just knocking it out of the park here.
Yeah.
I'm in a fugue state. Everybody quiet. I have to focus. No talking for the rest of the segment. Oh, okay.
You can do it.
And I love the different art styles that are on display.
You definitely need to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's fun, when you win, there's a different animation. When you lose, there's
Right,
a different animation.
right.
And both are super wacky and fun to look at. Like, oh, I love this one. Look at these little Marios. Oh,
Well, it's super fun to just watch these games because, you get to pay attention to all the detail that's happening on the screen. Whereas when you're playing, you're really focused on trying to succeed. So, it's maybe only in repeated playthroughs that you get to see those details. But
Yeah, I appreciate you guys helping explain what's happening because I'm entering a fugue state the longer I play these micro games.
So now Brandon has made it to the boss level of Wario's level, and this is a little bit longer than the other micro games, as you can see. Each level will have a different boss level, obviously. Since this is Wario, you can
That's
see
close.
you've got the garlic volcano in the background.
Sure.
Yeah, Cricket controls very differently than, say, 18-volt or WarioWare would in this stage. As Wario, I would be floating around and having a little more control and a little easier time. And as 18-volt, I'd even be stationary and only have to worry about hitting my target. But here, I actually have to actively move Cricket around platformer style, which is very different for a
Yeah.
WarioWare game.
Yeah, and you'll find, I mean, some characters are, really well suited to some stages and will make that stage a cinch. And then, another character, based on their particular ability, might have, a little bit more of a challenge on that stage. So again, it adds that extra layer, not knowing what to expect.
Okay, we're going to stop there.
Okay.
Very nice,
Wario.
A
Brandon.
brief break in the action.
Because in a first-time playthrough of story mode, you would actually get to the boss microgame and then back out and get to explore other levels. If you return, you get to just keep playing and see how high your score can get.
Right.
So instead of playing more and revealing more of those microgames, we're going to save that for you guys for later. And we're going to hop into a different level here. We'll play
Oh, I
Mona's
love
games.
Mona. Actually,
Mona.
Brandon, I don't want you to have all the fun yourself. So do you mind if I hop in here as well?
Would not mind at all. In fact, that's
Alright.
one of the other cool features of this WarioWare game, is that 2-player has been added. So there's co-op mode where you and I can both play together. So I'm going to turn on 2 players here.
Awesome. And so right now we're playing on one system with 2 Joy-Cons, but we
Right.
could also play together local co-op. If I had my Nintendo Switch Lite with me, I could connect to you, we could play together. And dibs on Mona. Yes.
I think that's fine. I'm going to play as Wario again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one other cool thing about 2-player mode is there are some characters that are built for 2 players, like Dribble and Spitz.
Right.
So we can each control Dribble and Spitz, who have very similar moves,
Right.
but are 2 completely different characters for player 1 and player 2. So I'm going to pick 18-volt again.
Yeah, so
We'll
Dribble
try
will
him.
always shoot to the right, and Spitz will always shoot to the left.
Riona, are you ready?
I am so ready.
I don't know if you guys are ready. We'll see, though.
Oh,
There's-
born ready.
And this adds, even another layer, kind of. There's going to be 2 players on screen at the same time,
Dribble and Spitz.
each with their own abilities. And you have to, it's hard, here because you have to work together and make sure you're not at cross purposes. Talking, communicating is important.
Stay away from those dust bunnies.
Oh, God.
So we can see Wario's got he's got a jetpack, I guess, and he's got his dash he can do. Meanwhile, Krygor can kind of swim through the screen like you saw. Now we've got 18-volt, and Mona can ride her scooter and then throw a boomerang. So there's again lots of differences in the way the characters behave. You guys are acing
Such quick
this.
work.
Yeah, wow.
Nicely done.
Yeah, it's there's so much variety in how these games are presented. The normal loop is completely different. Now there's playable characters.
And you'll see the Mona's level, the theme is kind of everyday life.
Yep.
So she's got, just the, gotta get that away. Yeah.
Nicely done, guys.
I love that guy. Yeah, we've got little dusters down below that represent our lives.
Yep.
Some craziness going on in the background.
Yeah,
Oh,
so much
yes.
detail to notice.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh God,
Okay, I use my boomerang. Yeah.
well done, very nice.
And I love the different options there are to play 2-player, right? So you can be doing this via your same system like you guys are doing, sharing 2 Joy-Cons, or you can be doing local wirelessly, on 2 different systems.
Artist forbidden.
Watch out. Oh, God.
Oh.
Nice.
I claim this
Nice.
one.
Don't get chomped.
This hole was made for me.
Yeah, you can see Mona's constantly moving there, so puzzles like that can be a little tricky if you're supposed to get in one specific spot.
Tiny, get rid of the spider.
We did.
Wow.
Oh.
Nicely done.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna
Okay,
stop there.
Okay.
that's enough.
Again, there's a lot of really
Yeah.
cool stuff in there. We
There's
do
a
not
lot.
want to spoil too much.
It's hard to stop though. You get in such a rhythm.
I know.
really
Yeah, like I
is.
said, you enter the WarioWare fugue state, which there is no known treatment for, unfortunately.
Just
You
more
have to keep
WarioWare.
playing more WarioWare. Yeah. So there's one more thing we want to show you here. It is a very cool returning element to WarioWare, and that is 9-volt's level.
Yes.
9-volt is the Nintendo fan of WarioWare's crew.
Yep.
And in this game, like in other WarioWare games, 9-volt has built some games based on Nintendo classics.
Mm-hmm.
These are very, very cool, and we do not want to spoil all those. So we're going to show 3 of these,
Yep.
just to give you a taste,
Yep.
to give you an idea of what these are like. I don't know which 3 they're going to be because the game likes to shuffle them.
I know which ones I want them to be.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see if we get them. So Riona and I will hop in here and tackle 3 of these Nintendo Classic
All
Micro
right,
Games
so you're
together.
gonna
I will
each
play.
pick your 3 characters again.
I will play as 9 Volt since this is his level.
Nice.
Right.
And
do
I
dribble
will-
and spits.
Yeah, let's do dribble and spits
Yeah.
again and 18 Volt.
And one thing I
Ninevolt's
like
got
about
his,
co-op.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
One thing I like about co-op is that, even if one of us fails or loses, the other one, as long as the other one wins, then
Yep, that's right.
it's a success.
That's a
You
good
can see
point.
we're skipping the cutscenes as well. We don't want to ruin any of those cool character moments
Yeah.
for you guys.
Find
God.
Ghost.
If it
Where's Ghost? Yes.
Got him. Yeah, you can see his 9 Volt. I'm always
Yep.
moving on a skateboard.
Oh God. Oh, this one's always. Oh,
You got this. Come on.
Yes!
Nice. Nicely
you're
done.
welcome, Fauna.
Okay, what's the last one? What's the last
Okay,
one?
what's
Oh, what
gonna-
is it
our
gonna
last one gonna be?
Oh,
man,
God.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ice climber. Come on, get up there.
You can do it. Oh yeah.
Oh, nicely done.
That's all we're going to show of the Nintendo games in 9 Volts level.
I
for
want
now.
to play more.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot here. There's a lot to do,
So
but
much
I don't want
more.
to spoil a surprise for everybody. So that's it for this quick look at or this micro segment to match the micro games of WarioWare. Get it together. Cannot wait for everybody to get their hands on this and play it later. It's going to be very, very cool. So
A lot of fun. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Wait.
And
one more thing. I can't let us end this segment until all of us have given our best.
No,
Wah.
yes.
we're doing this for
We
real?
are doing
yes,
it.
I mean this. We're not letting anybody leave. I will
Brandon.
hold you down in your chair until you do this. So I'm going to kick it off, right? Okay.
Please do.
Wah!
Wow.
Wow.
It's very satisfying.
That was
Thank you.
great. Thank you.
Not gonna
Okay.
forgive you for that.
Now we can end the segment.
Okay. WarioWare Get It Together is coming out on September 10th and is going to be a lot of fun. Please stay tuned for more Nintendo Treehouse Live, and coming up next is Metroid Dread.
Hi, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. I'm Dan, back with Audrey and Teresa again. We're gonna go into.
I'm just going 2D for now because I'm still eating, but we're still here, we're still chilling. We got like a good hour left to go before Bandai Namco begins. Although I'm probably gonna restart OBS just so I can properly dissect this stream, so we can actually have it appropriately published.
And we're on our way. We got a new ability, and so we're going to showcase that. We're also going to go a little bit faster in this segment just to show more of Samus's really free-flowing movement. So speaking of that new ability, we now have Spider Magnet, which is really cool. Now is allowing us to climb these blue magnetic strips here. So
And Samus looks pretty darn cool while she's climbing, I must say.
yeah.
Just traverse directly from horizontal to vertical there.
And this creature over here is blocking my pathway, and it's getting a little bit more jittery as I get closer to it.
That's really creepy.
Maybe I can
Very creepy.
coerce it out.
Insecty sounds. Oof.
Worm door.
I also want to note for anyone who hasn't yet seen the first segment, this is the first new 2D Metroid in 19 years. So this is very, very exciting for Metroid fans.
Yeah, I liked how you countered that worm and shot it.
Yeah,
a
so
whole bunch
each
of-
enemy has like their patterns to learn, so you definitely want to watch and see how you can counter them or if you need to
Yeah.
tackle them in a different way.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So this is Corpius. He is one of the bosses that you'll encounter in Metroid Dread. We happened to see him very briefly in the first segment. It was the very shimmery creature that was lurking in the background.
No longer lurking.
No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's blurping.
He just shot that projectile that he shot out of his mouth and got some missiles. So having good aim is in your favor here.
Yeah, so it's very key to learn the boss's patterns, but also find where to hurt him. And it looks like his face is the weak spot right now.
Yeah, that tail is pretty deadly, so you want to keep your distance. And And of course, as always, you want to keep an eye on your missile counts.
Oh. Yeah, so since my missile count's running low, I'm going to use Charge Beam, which is also effective. And now he turned invisible.
Yeah,
Great.
What he needed was to be invisible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
That makes it a little
Life
bit
is
harder
complete
to
now. Yeah.
find its face, but I can try. Otherwise, you could see, yep. So
Yeah.
that little glowy point seems to be a weak spot too. Try to aim for that.
Pick low, shoot it. It's a good maxim for video games in general.
Got this.
And now it's throwing a tantrum, so it broke some of the environment. I see some blue magnetic strips there, which I could probably use to my advantage. Oh. And now it reared its ugly head and turned to its backside, which is probably its best side. It's
I think
also
both sides are
rearing
pretty
for
bad.
something. I don't. Ow! Okay.
No.
All right.
Oh,
Kinda
nice
nice.
slide.
So we're turning here to a cinematic, but I am effectively throwing missiles at Corpius's face here.
Yeah, it's another one of those really dynamic camera angles there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, jumping right into a boss fight is a
Why are
really
you
good
back?
way to show.
Okay. Yep. So those magnetic strips were very handy there.
Yep, you have to use all of your abilities if you're going to be.
Ow.
Oops.
No.
And that poison gas doesn't look too healthy.
Oh, you're mean.
This one's always trying to back you into a corner too. It's not very nice. But if you stay up there, his tail will go for you as well. So there's no really safe spot. Oh,
Maybe I can lure it. Yes.
oh, that
Get
works.
stuck, buddy. Nope.
Missiles, yay!
Okay, where are you again?
Oh,
Tricked me.
yep.
What are you doing? Oh, no. I know your game. No, thank you.
Not today.
Oh. I don't think he's gonna like this.
Ah. Eat missiles. One lost charge beam for effect.
Mm-hmm. I think you got him.
This is it. Look at Samus. That
Samus is
beautiful
so
pose.
cool.
Yep.
Mhm. Nothing scares
So
Samus.
good.
Oh, look at that spin right through the tail. 10
You get a really good look at her suit here.
Yeah, I'd be watching for a moment too. Like, are you gonna stay down?
Yeah. Hold that pose.
Yeah.
Ooh, what did we get?
Yeah.
Phantom
Of
Cloak.
course. That's how Corpius was turning invisible.
So the Phantom Cloak was previewed and mentioned by Sakamoto-san in his video earlier this morning. It is an Aeon ability. And for some of you at home who have played Metroid Samus Returns may recognize Aeon abilities, but these are brand new and they play very differently in Metroid Dread.
Yeah, you find new Aeon abilities, and this one actually, it's more of an endurance gauge, so it fills up over time. But you really, really want to keep a close eye on it, because the last thing you want is for your Phantom Cloak to disappear when you really need it.
Yeah, so let's actually showcase it here. So before I wasn't able to go through these doors. They're called presence doors, but now with the Phantom Cloak, I'm able to progress through them. I am moving a lot slower with the Phantom Cloak, and as you can see, the energy gauge right underneath is slowly decreasing, but as I move, it decreases even faster, and once it's depleted, it starts taking away from my health. so I have to deactivate it. I can replenish it really quickly by moving. And then only then can I reactivate it again. Take this elevator up. Thank you.
Yeah, just like the other abilities, this opens up new areas that you can go and explore, being able to go through those presence doors. So, a whole lot more adventure to unravel here.
Love this view.
That background is so beautiful.
Yeah, this is a new section of this world filled with magma.
Just in case.
Oh, those flying guys can be such a nuisance when you're trying to get across.
Oh,
there.
they can be.
You handled them very readily.
Yeah, you made that
Thank
look
you.
easy.
Now flamethrowers.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from me.
Nice.
This is really cool. So we're still in the area of Arteria, which is the very beginning part of the game. And this is a feature which is an elevator that allows you to travel to different parts of planet ZDR. So now we're moving to Cataris. And as you can see in the map, this game plays very differently, where you start from the center core of the planet and you're working your way up all the way to Samus's ship. So it is a very different feeling. Really builds up on the, do I say dread, isolation?
It
of the
really
game.
does.
It showed you had kind of a long way to go to the surface there too.
Mhm.
That little dot at the top was your ship.
Here's a moment for us to not be, attacked and also enjoy this beautiful HD graphics.
A little reprieve. All right, so this is Cataris.
Cataris.
Let's explore.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Immediately.
Welcoming committee.
You can't rest
These
on your laurels for a minute in this game.
Oh yeah, not at all. These enemies are different too. As you can see, their counter is very different. But they are really cool, very satisfying to counter.
Mhm.
And that place is very hot. We don't have an upgrade for that yet, so we'll have to come back later and explore it when we do have an ability to explore it. So, that looks like an area. Oh, and yes,
When in doubt,
Rush
shoot.
here.
Start blasting.
Sneaky. No.
Oh.
Oops.
You never underestimate the little enemies. They can really mess you up.
They can, especially those. They're very, very agile.
Mm-hmm.
You can see as you learn the enemy's patterns, you can see tells for when they're about to attack a lot of times, and that'll help you know when to counter.
I really love the dash melee ability. It allows me to effectively get rid of some enemies really quickly. So this is another communication room where we'll be able to communicate with Adam. And I kind of want to make it clear too that Adam is Samus's ship's computer. We're going to skip through this area really quickly and have Dan kind of summarize what Adam says. But Adam is just a point for lore. Does not give any direction to Samus. It is up to the player to choose where they want to navigate and where to explore. But
Yeah, we're only cutting away because we don't want to give away any juicy lore tidbits.
yeah.
Yeah. And basically he was just talking about how this area is sort of the thermal power for the planet, and by redirecting that power you can potentially open up other areas. And he also had a few little tidbits about the Phantom Cloak, which we already knew about how that gauge worked, thanks to Teresa's explanation.
All right. Oh.
You look in the background, you can see magma flowing through some of those pipes, but not the others.
Yeah, all of these pipes are very interesting, and this mysterious door opened up too.
Yeah.
here's an interactable, which allows, so this area of Cataros controls the magma flow of the planet. And so we're able, through these interactables, change the flow to access other areas. So now because we changed the thermal flow, we're not able to backtrack to where we were. So find a different path.
It's such a niche touch that something we were just talking about in the background actually has a gameplay component.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And there we can see that magma flowing through those pipes.
Yep.
Oh, and that opened that doorway there.
As Teresa is very well aware, there's such a diverse amount of life in in this world. So many different kinds of alien creatures that maybe not when they're mercilessly attacking you, but it's really neat otherwise to see such different alien creatures.
Nope. No, thank you.
Look at that background.
Mhm.
It's just beautiful. Ooh.
Oh, watch out for him.
These enemies are pretty gnarly. They throw little balls of hurt that I don't particularly enjoy. Ow. Maybe not stay in the spawning point of the
No?
enemy.
Oh,
That would be good.
a pixelated door.
Familiar
We
door.
know what
Alright.
that means.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, here we go.
So this door leads to another Emmy zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I believe we're gonna.
That sense of
Meet
dread
the
you're
enemy.
feeling is very warranted.
Well, I feel it. Through
I
my
feel it.
palms
They have
and
their
my-
little beeping.
Those
What's
beep-
blue though? Look.
Yeah, so Samus has been able to use the Phantom Cloak to her advantage by escaping this Emmy. And this Emmy can crawl through tight spaces, so it's pretty formidable.
Yeah, really liking that Phantom Cloak about
Mhm.
now. Okay, I need to not be hearing those beeps. They
Yeah.
scare me.
The beeps.
Ooh,
Oh,
it's
watch
here.
out.
oh, see, it heard that noise, and so it's now in yellow mode.
Ooh.
Please don't notice me.
Well used Phantom Cloak there. That saved your tail.
So you can see in the mini map, the little red dot is the Emmy. It is still nearby. Making sure that it doesn't hear me. Okay, we're good. Oh, Auto Tool, why
Oh,
would you
no.
do this to me?
Because it wanted to give you some items.
Auto- No. Okay. Maybe I didn't call the Emmy to my. No.
There's
Oh,
another one.
why?
This one's hard.
Oh.
Blend in with the background.
Yeah, I need these guys to just go away.
Getting some good missiles though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right. I have the spider magnet ability. I should just use it. All right. Let's see. There's nothing here.
Sounds
Oh,
like there's
look
something
out.
here.
There's something there.
No, please.
Run. You really want to stay at a distance from
Oh, I didn't notice you. You're so sneaky.
these
Mhm.
Emmys, because if they get up close and personal, it's not going to be in your favor most of the time.
Go away.
Go.
Please go away.
Oof. Meanwhile, your gauge is just getting lower and
Mhm.
lower.
No, don't say that.
No, I
It's
mean,
fine.
I mean, it's fine. It's all fine.
I hope. Okay. Yep. You keep going that way, buddy.
Nothing to see here.
No, it's still there. I think it went the direction that
Oh,
I
there it
want to
is.
go. Ah! No!
No.
It heard
You
you.
run.
Can I trick it?
Every bounty hunter for themselves.
Yep. I'm brave.
Oh,
I will escape you.
So when it turns red with the pursuit mode, it will still be able to
oh, you're
find
gonna
you,
charge. Hurry, hurry.
even if you phantom cloak.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No. Oh.
The Emmys
So
are
brutal. Okay.
That one's
brutal to
tough.
dodge. They're
That one's
nearly
tough.
impossible to counter. Oof.
All right. Let's try this again.
I'll make
Back
him-
into the wolf's den.
Skip that cutscene. It's glorious, but
Mhm.
I've already seen it.
We've got business.
Oh, you're there already.
Mhm.
Okay.
Waiting.
I don't like you. You're mean.
I think that's fair.
Maybe I can outrun it.
Oh, dang.
Open faster, please. Okay.
All right.
Awesome. All right. So
that
here's another-
sound's gone. Thank goodness.
So redirecting the thermal fuel. Let's follow it and see where it goes.
Yeah, you can actually follow that pipe in the background and see what you've done.
Oh,
no.
Why?
No, no.
Buddy.
Wow.
No.
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 Ah.
Ah.
Here comes the dread.
Yes.
So vicious. Okay, so
Sneaky there.
stopped here, which is good. I'm just gonna be more cautious to make sure he's not anywhere near me.
Okay. When you finally get out of the Emmy room, you feel so safe, but then
It's deceiving.
it's
deceiving.
deceiving, yes.
And you're going to have to go back in there several times.
I don't wanna.
It's not a linear progression. There you go.
So
Oh,
they are
you.
so
Stop it.
mean. They need to stop that.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are only trouble if you leave them there. You learn that pretty quick.
See any more?
No, just one.
you.
There's that guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love the music. It just amplifies
So
the intensity.
Mm-hmm. And it's worth noting for anybody who's new to the Metroid series that this is Samus, of course, and she's the protagonist in all of the games. So this might be terribly frightening to us, but this is just a matter of due course for Samus. She has been through a lot, and it's just a testament to how amazing she is that she's survived all of it.
Yeah, and even if you may be new to the franchise, it's totally okay because the game does a really great job at giving you a summary of what has transpired before. So it's really, it's pretty good, easy to pick up, especially if this is your first game
Mm-hmm.
in the series. And also, if you don't know who Samus is, but you know maybe Samus the fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, same character.
Yeah, find out how she earned her stripes. Oh.
No. Mm-mm.
I just love watching Samus slide. It's such a great animation.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. And another way to use your Phantom Cloak to get through that door. I don't know if anyone else is forgetting to breathe. Remember to breathe.
I did. All right. Well, this statue looks really mysterious, but this is the cliffhanger. We're going to stop here because, again, we don't really want to spoil too much of the story, but we wanted to give you at home a sneak peek of Metroid Dread. We're really excited to play it. We're really excited for you guys at home to also get your hands on when it comes out on October 10th or 8th?
October
8th. Yeah. So, but before we go, I have a little surprise to show you. It is the special edition version of this game, and there it is in its glory.
Yeah, in all of its glory. You get a steel book with the game included, of course, and 5 art cards and an art book, which is really exciting. They chronicle Samus's adventures in the 2D games. So, like we said, whether you are a long-time fan of Samus and her adventures in Metroid, or you're new to the series, this is a great way to either celebrate your fandom or kind of get up to speed before you play the game. So it's really neat, and here it is.
Yeah, all that.
Oh yeah, that's just perfect.
Really, really.
And my meal was pretty okay, Kiba. I was gonna say that
Samus being cool, it's got it all.
before I finished chowing down, was that
Just wanted to thank again.
I'm glad they added a bit more music because like Samus 2 didn't have too much music, and I'm glad they could create that feeling of dread with the Emmy that you literally have nothing you could kill.
Along with one more segment of a game that we haven't shown previously on the stream, so be sure to check that out. Yeah, on behalf of everyone at Nintendo, thanks for watching, and keep smiling.
Thank you, Kiba, thank you. Yeah, it's been like a 15-year project. It's stupidly ridiculous. Wow. Well, in the meantime, let's go ahead and see if get ourselves ready for E3. The last presentation I'll be catching in the meantime.
What do you want from me? A deeper understanding of the fearsome god of mischief. What makes Loki tick? Hey. Come on. What did you expect?
Original series now streaming only on Disney Plus.
That was quite a long 5 hours. Or so. But yeah, it's been a long 15 years in development, and I'm glad they are able to like come so far and produce us the next main series entry, even if most people were waiting on the fourth Prime game for the most part. This is a pleasant surprise. And I think I've already said my pieces in parts for the Nintendo presentation. I think, obviously, the Nintendo Direct has just won me over in all the right ways. Not every single right way, but a bunch of right ways. And thank you, TJ, for the lurk as well. I appreciate it, as always, my dude. Let's see, how have you been doing? How is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? Let's also go ahead and get Stream Raiders beginning in the meantime. Oh god.
I don't know. I got no idea what she's doing in there. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
I think I clipped that one.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Okay, we got a bunch of troopers here. Let's go ahead and get things started. I guess I'll go high ground, maybe? Yeah, we'll probably go high ground for now. Okay. It appears that I have landed the most kills this time, and Joan Rapp has landed the most assists, alongside Maffey and Vitix. Okay, so... I think I'll give it over to... Go ahead and give the prize over to Curry and Maffey this time. Since Kiba has been getting a lot of prizes lately. At least we got like 2 stages left, so that's pretty good. And a bunch of money. I would definitely appreciate a lot more money. Oh wait, and I'm not upgrading the Musketeer, I'm upgrading the Orc Slayer. Oh yeah, Stream Raiders Dungeons is officially over. At least I got a skin as a captain. Stomping Grounds. Yeah, let's just do these 2 stages. Wait. Why are there level 20s and... Why are there level 20s here? Interesting. In that case... Here's what we're gonna do. I want them to come to us over here. Okay, that should be good enough. Well, that's the end of that. Nintendo Treehouse is officially over.
You picked up the Tesseract, breaking reality. I want you to help us fix it. Not my forte. Pretend your life depends on it. I'm gonna get a snack. I am the god of mischief. It is adorable.
We do have a long list here, folks, but I think we got to open up talking about Breath of the Wild 2. All of us were on the edge of our seats, just like clapping, hooting, and hollering. So why don't we just do a round robin? Damon, I'll start with you, and just tell me, what are your thoughts?
Great to see it. That was the real important thing that Nintendo had to show us. Had to give us an update on. Had to give us something, because it's been 2 years since we'd heard anything about the game. Maybe not as long a look as I would have wanted, but it was enough. And the show had been so good up to that point. As we near the end, I almost think, you know, even if they don't show Breath of the Wild 2, I don't think I'm going to be that mad because the conference was that strong.
Michael.
Breath of the Wild 2 looks sweet. You get that extra verticality going in the sky, and I think like Link's arm is going to be like an important. If I understand correctly, it's going to be sort of that new element that Breath of the Wild is going to bring to Zelda. And I know that like all kinds of powers were so fun to play with because Breath of the Wild was almost like an immersive sim in many respects. And you can toy around with the world and do whatever you want. So this added element, I want to dig into that. But just visually, it looks like it's intimidating, it's dark, but it's also that whimsical vibe that you want out of a Breath of the Wild, a sense of adventure, if you will. This is enough for me to be like, all right, I'll wait till 2022. They said they're aiming for 22. Who knows if they have to push it back? But like Golden Boy said, things have been rough, so if they do, it's all good.
Alright, 25 minutes till Bandai Namco begins. I'm gonna go back and hop in that voice call that I was in before.
Sorry, Maya talking right here. But you lit up in particular when that rock monster stood up, and you're like, the Gami's on top of it.
Oh,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Jackie, I gotta be honest with you. I was trying to manifest some other news. I went to bed in high heels last night. I tried, me and Golden Boy were twerking in front of the Nintendo logo. But seeing Link fly through the sky and look up at all the mountains, and as you said, seeing Big Rock Guy come up and all the little hobgoblins are on top of him, I forgot, bokoblins are on top of him, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're taking this to the next level, and I'm so excited for Breath of the Wild 2. Take your time in making it. I will not be mad if it gets delayed. Like, make it.
I agree. I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, there was a split second there where you see Link flying through the air. And the first thing was, where are we dropping, boys? I thought they were doing a Legend of Zelda Battle Royale for a moment. Thankfully, that is not the case, although maybe down the line, who knows? But
Don't give them ideas, dude. Don't give them ideas.
more of what they were able to establish with Breath of the Wild. And like we're talking about, not until 2022, some things are worth waiting for. This looks like it's going to be well worth the wait. And I'm wondering if, you hear all those rumors online about people talking about maybe a newer model of a Switch. What better way to launch a console like that than with an upgraded version of this launch title for the previous one? So it's the sequel to Breath of the Wild. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to experience it, especially with this new verticality element too, because that was one of the best parts about the original game is you can climb anything, you can then glide to anything, unless your arms give out because you didn't eat enough food, like I did, like I experienced firsthand.
Like in real life?
Use bombs.
Yes. Yeah. No upper body strength.
So obviously a lot of hype for Breath of the Wild 2, but tons of titles on here. David, I kind of wanted to pick your brain about Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
So I know you were sporting your Metroid T-shirt this morning.
I guess maybe I manifested that.
Yeah, right?
I rolled up in a Super Metroid shirt and had no idea that we were going to get a new 2D Metroid game today. Yeah, they mentioned Metroid Prime 4, reassured us it's still in development. But then a complete surprise to bring back Metroid Dread, a game that we were covering at IGN in like the mid-2000s. We thought was completely dead. I never expected to see it again. But it's back. Really, it's bold of Nintendo to keep it in a 2D sort of, to make another 2D Metroid game. And then to
Oh, what I also was going to say is I'm glad that Metroid Dread is not a linear game because Metroid Samus Returns, the second game, has always been a linear game.
And my producer told me we have our reactions apparently during the Nintendo Direct.
I'm sure they're understated.
I have no idea how this is going to look, so I'm going to see if we can roll the tape on that. And I mean, obviously, we're going to have Michael here reacting to Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Let me break down the game tape here.
Okay, let's see what's happening.
This title screen right here, yo, Shin Megami Tensei 5. I was like, is there going to be gameplay? Is there going to be gameplay? Because you got an extended cinematic. I'm like, yo, okay, yeah, this is how the gameplay is. All sorts of stuff. But listen, Shin Megami Tensei 5. The same way Golden Boy got hyped about Halo Infinite is the same way I got hyped for Shin Megami Tensei 5. I didn't expect it, so y'all ever just watch the press conference and be like, yo, I did, that's the game I've been looking for. I've been looking forward to Shin Megami Tensei 5 for so long.
As I was saying about linearity. The second game is mostly known to be linear because you have to complete a set objective in order to progress, whereas in most traditional other Metroid games, you can always backtrack and go back to wherever. You can technically backtrack in the second game, but it's not really going to be a thing you're going to be doing until like the end of the game, like the very end, which you finally unlock all the power-ups and you can backtrack to everywhere else you've been. But by that point, you just want to be done with the game and just finish it off already, whether you're speedrunning or not.
SMT doesn't have the social sim element to it. It's dark though. It's got demons. They're not personas. They're demons. And yo, the protagonist. Oh my God, the protagonist looks so sick. Of course, they pull up and they're like in the school uniform, and then how SMT usually goes, the Tokyo becomes an apocalyptic state, and then boom, you make a deal with the devil, and you look sick. Yo, the laser sword arm. Yo, the long flowing blue hair. You almost look like a Fire Emblem character, and you got like a Tron sword over here.
I'm gonna send a Discord ping, like one more Discord ping.
Y'all should check it out. I know we're not getting a new Persona anytime soon, but SMT 5 is here. Yo, oh my God. SMT 5. And it's coming this year.
You gotta breathe. You gotta breathe, Michael. Yeah, I know.
This dude needs to breathe.
Greg, it's coming this year. I know. November 12th.
I can't wait, champ. I can't wait.
This is the thing I've been waiting for. Oh my God. Yes. SMT 5. You know the vibes.
It's the vibes for sure.
See, Jackie, that's how I would talk about Bayonetta 3 news.
Yeah.
If I had any. 4 years! 4 years!
Oh man.
Frame, Royal Rare, yeah. You both of you were going nuts about that. So
Yeah, I brought my cell phone today, so in a way I manifested Fatal Frame again where you take photographs. So yeah, I'm just excited to see this game. It's coming to multiple platforms as well, but it's going to be, I think, you really get that feeling of like you are the photographer when you're playing on the Switch, because if you're playing in handheld mode, it's going to feel really immersive in a way it might not otherwise if you're just playing on your couch. So I'm excited to see what they can do there. It's going to be nice to revisit it for people that haven't played it. Nice survival horror out there. So, you know, a little bit of the darker side of Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
The darker side of Pokemon Snap. That's a pretty good way to put it.
Almost all of the current gen consoles, which is also really cool for people who didn't get to play it when it was only on the Wii U in 2014. And I think it's like a cool introductory because I have a friend, Captain Flowers, hates Wii type of games, and he's like, "Oh no, this is my game. It's horror, it's scary, and I get to take pictures of ghosts." And I'm like, "Okay, bud, pop off."
this game looks absolutely horrifying. I haven't played Fatal Frame, but okay, I'm bored for it. But honestly, some of the other things that I was excited about, Danganronpa, Decadence, Doom Eternal, DBZ Kakarot, these were games that I was forced to play on my PC, and I was just like, man, I wish I could just like grab my Switch and just hop in my bed and play this and relax. So I don't know, were there any titles that you were like, oh, I'm so happy this is on Switch now?
Yeah, Danganronpa is that.
For sure.
So shouts out to my homegirl, Callie Plaguey. She's been wanting people to play, and she's a big Danganronpa stan. And I played the first one. I haven't gotten to 2 or V3, but now it's on Switch. I think that's a perfect fit for Switch too, because that's another game where you don't necessarily want to sit down and like solve murder mystery or go through the all Hope's Peak Academy and figure out who murdered who. But you can do that on Switch now, and I think those games are really special, man. Like the plot twists, even though I only played one, the plot twists are wild. There's no other. I don't think there's any other kind of murder mystery game quite like it. And Monokuma, I hate Monokuma so much, and y'all should find out why you should hate Monokuma as well.
Monokuma is like adorable and the
Absolutely.
scariest villain I've ever met. Also, I've cosplayed as Junko Inoshima a few times. I'm a big fan of the collection. Damon, I'm going to put you in the hot seat here.
Here we go.
You got to be a Tekken fan, so I'm sure you got pretty excited today. I mean, you like retro games. I thought like, I mean, maybe I was being a little presumptuous there.
Tekken 3 on the PlayStation was
Okay,
the last Tekken game I played. But I mean, that was a cool announcement for Smash Brothers.
That's true, yeah, and he makes sense.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Just like Terry Bogard.
About having Kazuya from Tekken, because everyone has those lists of characters that they kind of expect to come to Smash because like, oh, that's easy money. I didn't expect a Tekken character, so Kazuya Mishima.
What?
From Tekken, that's really
Why would you not expect a Tekken character? Any fighting game character would make sense for Smash Bros.
I get it, we've been asking too long, but this is a good fit.
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
When they bring over characters for Smash, is that they always incorporate elements from their game. And the same thing with bringing Ryu to Smash, where he plays like a fighting game character. It's the same thing. Like a lot of these animations and movesets remind me of how Kazuya plays in Tekken. So
Hey, thank you for the warrior, Akiba.
Yeah, I love Tekken. I'm excited to see him join the roster. I was just a little affronted as a Kirby main, one of the proud, the few, to see him do my little Marshmallow Boy dirty like that. And for everyone out there being like, well, he floated back up. Yeah, I know he floated back up. I know how to play Kirby.
the
That's why
Dilfkindo,
I
bro?
made him. It's the principle of it.
Wouldn't you know it?
Leave me alone.
All the memes are good.
Go to his Twitter.
Bad chat, welcome back to our latest segment, Bandai Sleep Co. or Bandai Pod Co. We'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll find out indeed. I'm just watching the host post commentary from their reaction on the direct.
Yeah.
There's like a dude who's like mad sweating over Shin Megami Tensei. They literally had a dude fan him as he was just exploding about Shin Megami Tensei 5. There's social elements! This is not like Persona and blah 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 blah. Okay.
The elemental combinations of high noon.
Horrifying. Horrifying. Why was she scaring me so much?
It's because it's like this contrast of like you expect it to be this like gnarly alien planet, but it is this really crisp, clean, technological.
Oh shoot, Susie the Spear Hunter is actually back on, huh?
Apparently it used to be something to extract your DNA to hunt you down.
Who else is catching that?
I was reading the lore in between this, so that's apparently what it used to do. So
Nobody else except for us.
Wait,
that
why
just
is
follows you around
Walgreens
relentlessly,
trending?
and yeah, it's super spooky. I love the sound design.
Out of
and,
all
like,
the things to be trending right now.
it's really creepy.
Wait, what happened?
Obvi. Okay, do I even need to ask?
Hey, Shin Megami Tensei 5. If y'all play Persona,
You're cut off.
go
Thank
through the
you.
origins. The origins of Persona is in SMT. Y'all should peep it.
That's it? Oh, I thought you were gonna go on.
I
Okay.
respect y'all time.
Okay. Well, I mean, you did have the spotlight for just a little bit there.
I'll be fast so Dan can get his in. Breath of the Wild 2, super excited for. WarioWare, I live in the chaos. That's why G4 picked me up. So all those mini games look good. And then of course, Calamity expansion, DLC. That's gonna be cool.
They think the DLC will be cool. Well, DLC is DLC.
The look.
Deluxe, that sounds like the name of a character.
No, I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
I can't be Emmy, but hopefully she doesn't suck my DNA out. But anyway, more here from E3 2021, including Bandai Namco presents House of Ashes. That and a whole lot more as E3 rolls on.
I am rather in love with the Nintendo Switch. It's a good throwback for me as someone who, took her Game Boy everywhere she went. Now I can, and here it is, right? Now I can just take my Switch everywhere I go. I can play it wherever I am. It's such an easy thing to just pick up and put down, like you're not as committed as when I'm sitting down.
Do you think you're going to be playing Stories 2 when it comes out on launch day, or you're just going to wait for a little bit till you start it?
I mean, if I'm going to get it, it'll be on launch.
On launch? I feel ya. I might be on that too, even though like a lot of we're going to get beaten to the bandwagon with it by everybody else. I mean, I'm a tryhard though, so like I'm gonna be one of the rare ones that one of the rare senseis that people won't know to seek out and be like, yo, how do I play this game properly? And I'll be like, well, you come to the right person. That nobody knows. I usually go for digital copies nowadays, Kiba. You don't get like enough rewards out of physical purchases nowadays. They reward you for purchasing digital games now.
Yeah.
As a part of Play for All, GameSpot will be bringing you the
Like I know there's a novelty to having like a physical collection, but I don't have I'm not one of those people who has an organized collection of a shelf that I could showcase in a YouTube video. I'm not one of those people.
live streams the following week with lots of special guests who are going to help us raise money for Able
And I'm
Gamers.
surprised
So join us in June for
Bandai
E3
isn't
and Play for All
doesn't
on
look like they're streaming this on their like YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah, I just double checked a moment ago before you hopped back in. They're not. Intriguing.
I guess E3 is just covering it. E3. That's what I have up right now, just the E3 channel.
Ah, it's the app again from China that does digital media coverage. Anyways. Let's see what's after. Hold on. What's back on the schedule? Oh boy, it's been a long day. Okay, so they got 1 hour between, and then that's Eureka Studio next. Then it's this Play for All showcase, and then afterwards is the awards show. But I don't think I'm gonna be catching that. Save up to 50% on select bundles and DLC. Whoa! Let me check these savings. 6 days worth of savings from Nintendo. I'm taking a look at this. All right, I'm all for savings. What are we looking at here? Come on, Nintendo website, load on me. Okay, let me see here. 3 houses for $42. You think that's okay? Like an okay discount?
For what?
3 houses.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see what else is discounted here. Latent's Mystery Journey. I think I already got that. Among Us on a discount, of course. What don't I have on the Switch? I mean, I could get the like. Oh yeah, Okami HD is half off. I think I should get that actually. Wait a minute. I already had Breath of the Wild plus DLC. I'm gonna go back to that in Master Mode though, that's gonna be fun. Bro, this is more power, dude. Wait, is this the ad for Norton? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, Travis Strikes Again is on a discount. I already got Immortals Phoenix Rising. Why is Age of Calamity not on a discount? What the frick?
Look at this tweet that Harada did, dude.
Wait, which tweet?
He said that in broken English, but it's like, you guys are a spammer. I talk with Mr. Sakurai and Bandai Namco's Smash development team so that your requests will not be approved as much as possible and muted by. And he's talking about the tags for like Jonesy for Smash, Sora for Smash.
Oh no.
Doom guy. It's like, look, I talked to Sakurai and I made sure that none of you guys fucking get y'all requests because y'all just spam that shit all the time. That's funny, dude.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Hold on, let me check Twitter for a second. Alright, what's trending now on the tags? Walgreens and Kevin Hart. In other news? Wait, what other game was on a discount that caught my attention? Oh, Strikers is on a discount. Yeah, I think I'll get Strikers. P5 Strikers. Let's see, so I think I could get Strikers, Okami.
Is that E3? Is that me?
Bro, they got her on the presentation. Why did they put Miko in this? Why did they put Miko in this?
I need to be brand safe. Ninja! Ninja said he was gonna help me. He's on E3, I think. He's on E3. Okay, I wanna call Ninja. Ninja, please be online, Ninja. Okay. Discord.
Oh god, is Ninja gonna be in here?
I have no idea. I'm just questioning why Miko is on the screen right now.
Ninja is on screen.
Bleep.
Did you just bleep yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a very family-friendly E3.
It is.
I am
E3
so
very
excited.
So just so I know.
Oh, good question, Keep. I'll check.
A new host of G4. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Adam Sassler is.
Oh wait, she's gonna be hosting G4. That's cool.
And I'm his Padawan. Can I fly by some jokes on you?
Let me see it. Let's go.
Okay,
I'm ready.
okay. This is a really good joke, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Your career just left. Sorry, was that too much? Was that too much? Why are you not laughing? What was wrong?
Why you gotta go there?
These nuts?
What the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck did I just watch?
These nuts joke, right?
What am I listening to? I don't. What are we listening to? What are we watching?
And then what's the other one? Candace. That's a classic. That's a classic. Every day.
That was probably bad. Okay, never mind.
I feel so done after this. Oh, Kiba, it's not on the discount. I'm sorry.
I don't know why that didn't.
How to be brand safe.
I've seen some of your stuff.
Okay.
There's a couple things that a parent might
Okay. Alright, fine, Nintendo. Take my money and I'll use my gold points to pre-order Stories 2.
How about this? Your parents are virgins.
I like it. Because I think that they would laugh at it, and the parents obviously are intelligent enough to know that they're not.
Actually, that's a good one. Your parents are, dude, your fucking parents are virgins.
Yeah. Rico level comedy.
Yeah, exactly. And also,
Okay.
these days, Minecraft, Dream, they love Dream.
Oh Oh my god, they're obsessed with Dream. Yeah, all those guys. Pubbo,
Too soon?
Dream.
Ooh, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is on discount.
They could fart into a microphone and it'd go viral.
I can fart.
There you go. Farting.
Oh, so that is funny.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's funny. That was a wet one.
Oh my god.
Someone said top tier comedy.
I literally can't tell.
Guys, let's
I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like social commentary
I haven't even begun
on
to
like the shit that gets popular.
That's coming. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Uh-huh.
For brand safety. So,
Think so?
you're ready.
I'm
That's
so
what it
ready.
seems like.
Got it. I'm
Uh-huh.
excited. This is awesome.
Miko, you're
If this isn't social commentary, I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
Ready? And then just DM me or anything.
There were a few frames where the fucking Pepe wasn't blurred out.
This is the internet of 2021.
Streaming time. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Signing off. Goodbye. I did that again. Was that too much?
My ears.
Yeah, arrest and pepperonis. Well, it's just about to begin. I have my water. I have my tissues.
Here we go. I don't know what the fuck that was, but now it's time for Bandai Sleep or Bandai Podco. Let us find out.
Featuring one low new VTuber and a Luminite.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend, Milton, I mean Nintendo.
I am a myth. I am definitely a myth. You can call me Mythtendo. I don't exist.
Oh, I don't exist either. Sick.
The very front page, an E3 link. There it is. You click on it, and guess what? You get to see each and every game we've talked about. Showcase had anything to do with.
There's only like a few games that, oh yeah, Halo Infinite is definitely getting people hyped. What else do we have?
Wait for it. There it is. Go get to the rescue right there.
Oh, to the rescues. Actually, I approve that idea. Cat Cafe, of course, people are gonna get Cat Cafe Manager. Screw Hello Neighbor, the AI is just gonna be borked.
Yeah. But it's 1.5.
Also not wrong.
.com/shop and get your order in today.
Bomber jackets on point.
Long
enough for us.
I know,
Did you
right?
know this is sleep
I
length?
know, it's very, very nice.
I like it.
Now the big question is, what would you guys like to hear from Bandai
As well.
House of Ashes?
I am not familiar with this, but I have been told that it is scary, and I don't do well with scary.
Alright, gotta start putting stuff in the shopping cart so that way we can get these things on a discount. Did I have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on Epic already?
Wait, are they just showing House of Ashes?
Would you like me to hold your hand during this presentation? Sure, Poppy. I'm okay.
Like, seriously?
Not familiar, everybody. Of course, this is going to be.
I mean, it says Bandai Namco House of Ashes coming up next.
When they changed the name, it was years ago, and it still screws me up.
Interesting.
Of course, they're working with Supermassive Games on the Dark Picture Anthology, a whole bunch of different horror games that are coming out in quick succession. This is the third one.
I have a strong feeling this is about to be Bandai Sleeper Code, dude.
That then led to this deal. Of course,
I mean, I would not disagree with you either.
they did Little Hope, and now it's time to see
This expansion pass, man.
Well,
Is it normal price plus DLC?
every trailer, any gameplay that is dropped on this, and
Mm.
it is so scary. Like, I really cannot emphasize that enough. But
I think I'll get the DLC pack as well for this.
it has to be more than these terrifying aliens.
Because if there's more with the DLC, I might as well get it. Yeah, I'll do that.
Invested so much time into this
Actually,
project, and I'm really hoping we get more of an inside look here because I am on board. And it
Yeah,
is
how much is this pass?
gory and aliens and yeah, I'm here for it. Yeah, of course. Not your cup of tea, but 100%.
What is the cost of this?
Oh, Alien Isolation 2 or some shit?
Opposing forces get dropped into a Sumerian temple, right? And all sorts of
$70.49. What is my gold points right now?
So Golden Boy, we need you
No, you said what?
to get it.
No, I'm just double checking like the DLC price for Three Houses. It's $17.49 right now, but my gold points can't cover that. Because usually I save my gold points for DLC.
Our next presenter, and here with their 2021 E3 presentation is Bandai
Oh, we
Namco
finally
presents
starting shit.
Let's go!
Yeah,
Fu-
it says Bandai Namco presents. Is this the only thing that they're showing? I swear.
Well, they have 1 hour, so before the next block, so
This could be an hour long. If we learned anything from the Square Enix presents Marvel Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, this could take forever.
Oh, I heard of the Dark Pictures anthology.
The Dark Pictures anthology.
Has awoken from its slumber and is hungry for blood. Shall we see how many have fallen into shadow?
Satellite sweeps of the war zone.
No,
have uncovered what
I
appears
feel
to
like
be
I
an
should just
underground
leave.
Storage facility. But I strongly
I mean, it looks
suspect
good.
Yeah, I will admit that. Graphics are on point.
To descend into the unknown alone is extremely brave.
Ready to go dark.
Or extremely
Yeet.
foolish. Brothers in arms, or will it be a case of each man for himself? You teeter on the edge.
Ah, thank you for the epic monk, Cabot. Oh, she.
Oh, he's dead.
They're all gonna die.
Guiding you through the unknown.
I refuse to believe this guy's alive.
What nightmare have these
Not in Kansas anymore.
fallen into?
Yeet.
Their lights will be snuffed out. Unless you can find the means to save them.
Jesus, midnight snack.
Trapped beneath the earth.
Just climb back out the hole.
By the void. Will you find the path to salvation? Or be lost in the
No.
darkness? Forever.
October 22nd. Yay. It was the exact same trailer. Yay.
And there's the interview.
Alright, where's my pillow?
We're here at Supermassive.
Which pillow, though?
The Dark Pictures anthology, House of Ashes. I'm joined by exec producer Dan. How you doing?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Right,
Really cool.
so let's start at the very start. We're going to be talking about.
Let's start at the very start. Great start. Oh wait, shoot.
Tell us about the Dark Pictures anthology.
The Dark Pictures is a series of narrative, story-driven, branching horror stories. Each one is standalone. They each tell a different story, completely separated from the others, but within the same universe. So there is connection between them all. House of Ashes is set at
There
the
we
end
go,
of the
now
Iraq
we're
War in
comfy.
2003, with links 4,000 years ago that set the story up.
So tell us more about the theme and themes, I suppose, within House of Ashes.
We'll leave this to the English teachers to talk about.
Unit. They've got some new technology that can look for weapons of mass destruction underground. They think they've identified something in the Zagros Mountains in Iraq, and then as part of that, they come into conflict with an Iraqi unit. There's a pitched firefight, and then the two groups are plunged underground. There's an earthquake of some sort, and it's revealed that there's a hidden temple underground. These big, massive structures, but these different groups, they're all separated. Radio contact is lost, and they're submerged in this black darkness.
Where on God's green earth have we landed?
There we go.
And then they're going to start hearing things and seeing things, and people are going
They're hearing things, seeing things, and touching things.
So this time,
Maybe tasting things.
All of the Dark Pictures games, they all pull something from real life or from history, from fact. What's the case with the myth or historical part of House of Ashes?
So we love looking at and reading.
About to hit the 5-minute mark already.
Research, and we know our fans love it as well because there's something that they can link into afterwards, and I love doing that when I'm playing games or watching movies myself. So this one's set 4,000 years ago.
That wasn't actually
the
on.
Akkadian Empire.
That
And this
wasn't
terrible evil that happened. We had this self-proclaimed god king, Naram Sin, and he essentially cursed his people. He sacked this temple and brought famine and devastation to his own people. And so a lot of the history is lost, but we've done a lot of research about it, and then we had a lot of happy accidents that linked into the story we wanted to tell. And the fun thing for us is we get to do our own take on it. We get to twist it, and obviously we've made our own truth from it.
At the end of the sneak peek, the trailer, we saw monsters. Tell us a bit more about what's going on there.
The military unit that you're playing as, they don't really know what they're coming up against. They're not human, they're bigger, they're larger, they're faster. The team aren't going to know if there's one or two of them. or hundreds or thousands.
Oh, they're basically screwed already. Doesn't matter how many there are.
They could try and take one of them down, but maybe there's another one around the corner, or maybe there's a group of them, and maybe they're going to get ambushed.
Maybe they're like a cluster.
Exactly,
and
yeah,
they all pop
a
out at
nest,
once.
as it were.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun to work on and see these things.
It's been 5 minutes.
How horrific they can be. They're different to us. They perceive the world in a different way. Getting little snippets of it in the darkness, and did I see that? Was it something that moved? Or was it actually just
I'm gonna actually take a look at their Twitch chat. What's poppin'?
Wait, is it? Hold on, let me see. Sometime, yeah, I'm probably gonna agree with
the chat.
The E3 chat.
I saw Craigasm. I saw a few Vogjams. I saw Salt. I see some Kappas.
So yeah, there's at least 60 unique deaths, and there's a whole ton of variation in that as well.
Oh, are you looking at the Twitch one?
Yeah, the Twitch one. I'm dying.
There we go. There's the resident sleepers.
And it's not just.
Wait, who's doing the heart symbol out here?
It sounds absolutely terrifying. What differences have you made or changes have you made?
I actually agree with Twitch chat right now.
Yeah, that was perfect.
You know what, stream? I'll fix this for you. Hold on.
What are you gonna do? Oh no.
Take this, right, and then we just do this. There you go. Here's Bandai Namco presentation.
What the hell did you just do?
Underground, and so these sort of corridors which are really tight and oppressive.
Creepy.
Yeah, indeed. So we've had to learn because you take away the fixed cameras, and that takes away some opportunities for horror. But we've had to learn new tricks to scare people and ramp up the tension and the chance for jump scares, which some people love. We've also got a new torch mechanic, so it's military themed. So these guys are going to be walking around with weapons, with torches mounted.
Oh, nice! You got quality options today too. Sweet.
Inky black darkness that we have.
Our Jesus blessed us with the quality options.
And so you're going to need to lean on that torch to allow you to see where you're going, what the threat is.
That's exciting right now.
We've also done things like added difficulty settings to this game. So
Did they show much gameplay so far?
Difficulty settings.
Wait.
We want to turn that off. We want to allow you to play the game in your way. So with our accessibility
It's okay, Chad. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, I agree. Nobody's missing a single thing. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, that looks just about right. I see what you're doing there. That's perfect.
So I've got to ask, what was it like working with Ashley?
So Ashley was fantastic. She researched Rachel. She understood her when she came on the set, which is so refreshing. She knew her.
I like this tech they're working with here. I find this like behind the scenes stuff really, really cool. Like genuinely really cool.
When we were looking for Joey, Salim helped me. You didn't tell me this because you'd flip your shit.
We want you to connect to these characters and understand them as humans. We want them to seem real because they're real to us. We spend a long time designing them, and I don't mind if you hate any one individual character because.
I don't know, Kiba. Maybe, maybe not. It's been a long day so far.
Maybe you'll like them once they're dead, and you feel bad about
and you feel bad about it, definitely.
Yeah.
But also, we want you to save them. We want you to try and save them. We know that some people want to get everyone killed straight away, and that's fine. That's their playthrough. That's what they want to do. But can you get everyone out alive? Save as many as you can.
This is legitimately making me sleepy.
I mean, that is major mood, fam. That is major mood. Whoopsies daisies.
I was already tired. This is legitimately making me sleepy.
I mean, the Twitch chat does agree with you.
Play out and a sort of contest between them, and you can make it go in a number of different ways.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
It's really emotional. Seeing them film it, I was lucky enough to be there. And then seeing that come through in game, I think we've got something there. I think that's gold. And then, of course, I love scaring people. So I love the jump scares. I love the moment.
This just pales so hard in comparison to us flipping out on Nintendo this morning. Well, earlier.
Like, what is... Who cares? No one likes horror games anymore.
Thank you so much.
That's just lame. It's lame as fuck.
I'm
Yeah, if you want horror, just play Resident Evil Village. It's got a bunch of horror tropes.
Yeah, and the fucking tall lady.
Right?
With 3 daughters.
Are we done here? Yes, it's made with the Unreal Engine. Ooh, a figurine someone could pre-order and might resell later.
A figurine.
No, seriously, collectors would really pay top money for those.
Oh, are we dying?
Hey, welcome back, hosts. Sponsored by Razer.
Of course, giving us these tired old blades nobody cares about. But this Blade 14, RTX 3080 built right in. Of course, the Razer. I'm taking that. Thank you so much. No, I'm taking that.
Oh my god, that laptop is like higher than my current laptop budget right now.
Little brother, I'll take the outdated. Nobody wants these anymore, right? Doesn't worry. Golden Boy, you just saw the Dark Pictures anthology. Yeah. Your first glimpse of it. We have some reactions from you. You do? They were recording you. They said you were a little scared. Not
Why is
terrified.
Razer in the middle of a Bandai presentation?
It was just a normal.
Shameless promotion. They had a whole panel on it that I decided to like go through yesterday, showing off all the specs and whatnot. But I mean, also Taiwan company. Gotta watch for the nationality, go for the rep. No, they got this dude's face. He got up from his chair. He left the camera. I mean, dude needed to breathe. You needed to breathe. I needed to breathe.
I love the jump scares. I live for the jump scares.
His booty gotta breathe.
That was something he wanted to make sure.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. His legs needed to breathe.
What are even any other games in the Dark Picture Anthology series that anyone knows about?
Which leads to different deaths.
Is that like the same as the
that's the idea, right? Is that you're
what was that game with the fucking the Wendigos or whatever?
Oh yeah, that one.
Was that the same by the same studio?
I think.
I didn't know that going into it. Which I was like, wow, this is definitely
what was that game called?
Musical, you know, like
Until Dawn.
A quick turnaround, you know, big different genre. But yeah, and I think also because we had the VO panel yesterday, which was great. Yeah. And it just goes to show, right? Like the impact the video games are having. Hollywood stars coming in, you know, lending their voice, lending their face, their acting, their skills.
No, Until Dawn was
really
Sony.
Bringing these characters
Okay.
even more layers to this horror. But that's a huge thing. If you've never played before, performance capture is a huge deal for Supermassive. They go through, they use the facial animation. They want you to.
Performance capture is actually one of the only cool thing that they were able to show off because that behind the scenes stuff is really interesting to look at and watch in action.
One, the only Jackie Jane.
Jackie who?
Brothers in arms, or each man for himself. Survival depends on choice. Will you find the path to save everyone, or be lost
Choice.
in the darkness? I'm sorry, I'm just
I'm gonna
a
choose
little excited
to take
about this
my
title.
ass back
Dan,
to
I saw
sleep.
you taking lots of notes. You were taking notes about the mechanics, actually, but I know you're really thrilled with the story.
Oh.
I mean, I am
this
here
game.
for this.
Oh
I'm
my.
a big old history nerd, so I was super stoked to hear more about the setting.
Matter of fact, I don't even want to hear this shit, bro. Give me.
The Akkadian Empire. You have Naram Sin, this guy who declared himself like the god king of the Akkadian Empire and desecrated this temple.
This is
and now
fine.
coming back
Silence.
to haunt
Can we just talk about the next game? Like, talk about the.
Next game.
Please move on to the next game if you're excited about the next game. Like we get a year history nerd.
What are you most looking forward to in House of Ashes?
Oh my god, I like how the votes are just going back and forth. Okay. It was going back and forth. Oh.
I can't wait to experience all 60 death animations.
Killing monsters, of course.
Avi-chan's face right now is just killing me. Avi, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that if I'm ever trapped in like a dark cave, I'm probably gonna stick next to Dan because he understands what we should be doing. King of what now? You're looking up all this history on Pazuzu?
He's the king of wind demons. No big deal.
Come on, everybody knows that. I don't even know what the king of wind demons is.
Yeah, you didn't know?
Oh, my goodness. Okay,
you may remember from The Exorcist as well.
Everybody is spamming number 4 for other.
Avi, you are obviously a big fan of...
Can I spam number 4? No, this is emo only mode. No, this is slow mode. There we go.
Hey, Mom, that's me.
Oh fuck! I don't see you. Damn it.
It's okay. I just threw number 4 in there.
Yeah, I'm just
Alright,
gonna
here we
be
go.
sitting
Number
behind Dan and watching
4.
him play because
Did you
that's
see me?
exactly
It's right
what I
there.
did with Until
Ah,
Dawn because I'm like, cool, I can't hold
This is slow mode, but even you are flowing past it.
guide these teenagers to safety, I'm going to step on a branch and individually kill them all.
Here, I'm gonna
But
put
Dan
what
was
kind of
going into
emo
like the
can I-
history
never
of all
mind.
of it, and I'm
It's
going
like,
into,
damn, 2 minutes slow mo. I
Mm.
mean, 3 minutes.
close, and I didn't pass on my history class.
That's what you do with a lot of people. I have slow mode on by default in case I get a thick raid, which was like once in a blue moon. Message deleted by moderator.
Showed us what it looks like inside the cave. So there's part of me wondering, like, usually with horror games, you don't show people.
It's been 15 minutes. It's literally been 15 minutes.
At this point, I'd rather hear about a Jump Force 2.
Like, I did my research. I know
I'm just saying.
Deuces. Yeah, at this point, hold on, let me be ambidextrous for a second. Wait, I heard something about JRPGs, but
I'd like to see one right about now.
please.
And then I could probably possess Pazuzu if I do
All right, enough talk about Pazuzu. Deuces.
No, anyway, like one thing I want to say about this
I need a transition for when I make my VTuber avatar appear. I just do deuces and just poof.
very in control of camera angles and what you
Okay, I'm back.
I'm sure there's like transition phases.
Wait, actually, let me be ambidextrous for a quick second. I want to see how it is when I use my left hand on the mouse. Actually, I'm not an ambidextrous person, but this is kind of interesting.
Be our ambidextrous person that can.
There was dialogue that we saw, and it really hit me to my
Damn, I've been on for 6 hours. What a day. Then again, I usually hang around on Twitch for a long while. I'm used to it.
So like, I'm looking forward to see all the inventive and clever ways that Pazuzu is going to kill our soldier friends.
Oh boy.
When are we done talking about Pazuzu?
Oh god.
It sounds more like poo 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 in my ears now.
Games have changed and evolved
You
so
hearing
much over the
something?
years, and with those changes, so has the coverage of our favorite games. Outlets like PC Gamer, IGN, Polygon, and GameSpot
IG who?
have all led the way in gaming coverage, and for the first time
Exactly.
we've assembled the editors-in-chief of all those organizations and our Voices of E3 series. Take a look.
What are we taking a look at now? It's not a game. Give us a world premiere or something, please. I love the world world premiere.
Hello, welcome back to E3 2021. My name is Chris String. I run GamesIndustry.biz, which is one of the world's biggest
Chad, I got
video
you.
games
Don't.
business
We're just.
websites. And joining me today to talk about E3 and the future of games in general are some of the biggest
There
names
you go.
in video games media, from IGN, GameSpot, Polygon, and PC Gamer. But rather than me do the introductions, I like to pass over to the panel.
I'm gonna go
hello,
to sleep,
everybody.
Nintendo.
Who are you? What do you do? How did you get here?
It's over.
Sure. I'm.
This is the Bandai Namco panel. Where's the Bandai Namco?
It sounds like Christmas plant.
Nintendo, you're too loud. I'm trying to sleep.
I'm the
Deuces.
editor-in-chief of Polygon.com.
There we go.
Website.
Thanks. This is Evan Lottie over at PC Gamer. I'm the editor-in-chief.
Hi everybody,
Oh, let me turn
yeah,
off my
Tina
mic.
Amini, editor-in-chief of IGN.
Ah,
I don't have a cool
there
Christmas
we go.
Twitter
Now
name,
it's
but
better.
I do have a really cool Halloween Twitter name
All right,
that
good night,
someone
chat.
gave to me, which is Tina Aminityville. So that's all I got.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Randolph Ramsey. I'm the editorial director from GameSpot. I go by Randy in this country because while it's okay to be called Randy in America, if you say that anywhere else in the world, you will be met with sniggers. You can't say, hi, I'm Randy to anyone else out there.
Yeah, it's definitely true for us in the UK. So asking to all of you here, what does sort of E3 sort of represent to you? I don't know if I want to pick on somebody, but Randy, maybe.
It's difficult to separate E3 as a professional working in the industry and as a fan. I've been in this industry for so long that it's E3 to me is usually just a lot of late nights, being overworked, not having enough sleep. But I think outside of the professional stuff, I think E3 for me. It allows me the chance to feel like just a regular old fan of video games.
I mean, the least they could do. The least they could do is like I would even take them re-showing off Scarlet Nexus for the 1000th time.
I agree. Yo, and speaking of not getting enough sleep, there's people who legit not get enough sleep for something hyped up as much as Nintendo today. But the best thing we could just do is go back to sleep.
activity. And
I
we
can't
had, like,
even
we're in a
sleep
war
after this. I
room
have shit I
of
got to
sorts
do.
with our team. But in general, just being able to sit next to your
Wait, what
team
time
and
is it? Oh, it's
everyone's
5.
like
Okay, good.
reacting and then quickly
I gotta go
scrambling
wash
for their
clothes and
keyboards
shit.
again because they need to be
And
typing
I have
up
to
the news.
actually go
That's
all the way to the
obviously
laundromat
primary
because
element of it.
the
But for me
fucking
personally, too,
resident
it's also it's a bit of a reunion
laundromat
because we'll all see each
at
other
the
in
at
person.
my apartment
But it is
complex,
that opportunity
their
to have that
washer
one space,
system,
that
like
one week.
the
We all
credit
agree we're
system
gonna
for
take
our
that
cards
time
is
and
just
be in
broken,
one
so
space
we can't
together
even
and
use
be
it.
able to connect.
Yeah, I think E3 is a similar gravity
I have
too,
to go
right?
all the way to the
in an
laundromat and
environment-
wash
we
my
saw what happened
clothes.
last year when what happens when there's not an E3, right? Everyone kind of goes it alone, and there's.
Hey, who knows? You might have a fourth wall and a fourth wall moment like Deadpool.
From a coverage perspective, we like having.
That's like breaking 16 walls.
We like having as much time as possible to, do an interview, cover something, and not be rushed off to the next thing back to back.
Oh my god, I gotta rewatch Deadpool. I can't get enough of Ryan Reynolds in that.
And the viewer, the consumer, and having everything neatly collected under one roof for 3 or 4 days. The intensity and kind of spectacle that comes as a result of that, I think, can be genuinely fun and exciting. I mean, at least in North America, it looks like E3 will continue to be that center of gravity for the foreseeable future.
This is the Bandai Namco panel. Where's the Bandai Namco?
There are some real people who are putting in some long hours trying to make for the best possible event for all of us.
Some long hours. I'm putting in some long hours watching this shit.
I'm putting in long hours making my ears bleed. Also, I'm still deuces on my screen.
2022 or beyond that? What are your hopes for the future?
Guys, just pretend I just sunk down like underneath my virtual chair and just shouting from under a table.
I think it's important to remember what function.
I should make myself a sleeper emote.
In the 90s, video games were for children or and mainstream publications.
I mean, to be fair, like there are times where I would actually like literally doze off on my microphone, and I would just snap back to reality before my snores can be heard. And I know I do snore though.
I mean, I've fallen asleep on stream before. My other stream.
Actually, you don't get it. Here's the thing: you don't actually get in trouble for sleeping on stream anymore.
Really?
You can actually do that.
Sleep stream right now.
Go for it, man. Make it a sleep stream. I need to do like a custom scene where my VTuber dude is just literally sleeping, and that's just the stream. Like I could just like I could just sleep for charity and just do it that way. I think it was like finalized as of like this year or like last year, where it's okay to do sleep streams just as much as it is okay to do hot tubs now.
I mean, it should, right?
I think it is significant that.
Hey, if anything, hot tub streaming is actually harmful.
Format now,
okay.
I think it's
yeah,
nice
if
that
you fall
people
asleep,
more people
hot
can
tub. So
connect.
why not just
Obviously, it
have
loses
sleeping
some
stream
of that
since
social
exists?
element. So
Mhm.
I too, like Chris, hope that is retained, and I selfishly hope that we all go back in person.
I mean, the voice actors of Persona 5, like when they shut off the game before they lost their save because of PlayStation temp profile, they left the camera on and just have one of the dudes just sleep on the sofa. It was kind of funny though, because when their AC kicked on, it was like loud as hell that the dude sleeping on the sofa was like doing the typical daddy wake up kicks.
Of that entire celebration of the festivities of the news breaking.
I mean, I know I'm a savage when I wake up, so I can relate.
Excitement that they may be feeling home alone because for whatever reason they're not able to attend.
Look at all the resident sleepers. They're multiplying.
The live aspect becomes a lot more like Comic-Con in the future, in which it's much more
This makes me like really think about like what the heck do I want to like make my new emote? I could do a sleeping emote. I could do an RNG emote.
I think the ESA, as everyone pointed out, has
Wait.
been sort of moving towards
Jesus.
Wait, why not do both?
God, Nintendo.
Wait, why don't I just do both? Like put myself in a blanket and just have my eyes closed and do a prayer symbol, and it could go both ways. I could either be like sleep. I could be like either sleeping.
A Nintendo burrito, dude. Like a sleeping burrito.
Actually, that can also be an idea. Or I could just like roll myself into a bun, like a cinnamon bun.
Yeah.
Buntendo.
that sort of
It literally can mean like I'm either praying or just legit sleep.
How far do you think the athletes should go in that direction? Like, would you just like to see them take?
How far are we taking this conversation?
Tens of thousands.
This feels like we're recording a Zoom call.
Day, dedicated to, that's really servicing the public more than the trade side, the business side.
Yeah, I think of traveling.
Why not just leave this as a video on YouTube for people to watch later? We don't have to do this at a presentation.
Yeah, this really does feel like a fucking Zoom call.
But yeah, and I realized that PAX does this to a certain extent as well.
It's like they're having a meeting right in the middle of E3, and it's been 25 minutes, folks. They have 35 minutes to go. They certainly can't kill with this.
I think the thing that developers are going to have to understand is really get this turning is
what they're capable of.
Yeah, the Bandai Namco channels are literally not. What the heck is going on here?
Dude, literally 2 minutes ago, Alpharad posted a tweet. He said, E3 would have been better if they announced Jump Force 2.
I mean,
literally just, yo, Alpha, you in here? Yo, hold up. My man stole my outfit. My man's in my Twitch chat right now. Hold on.
Wait
I
for.
literally just said that.
If these people become celebrities in their own right,
I just want something similar.
That can take their place.
That's hilarious.
These kind of environments. And I would love to see that. I think it would be healthy for the industry as a whole.
I think it would be healthy for all of us if we could just get to the stuff from the actual company.
Evan, actually, I love it. You mentioned the Gamescom model, but as a business journalist, I actually find I love E3. I love all the excitement of it. I love the buzz of it. But as a business journalist, it's a nightmare.
You know what's really a nightmare?
Right, and it's,
I'll let you answer that one.
There's almost two parts of it. There's the fan that wants to see the big boobs and the exciting, all the noise.
You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong.
Have a little quiet place, have a cup of coffee and a bit of Wi-Fi and a bit of
Yeah, to be honest, like I'm kind of like glad that nobody else that I follow is. Well, I have one person tuning in. Who else is tuned in besides you? Whoops, my bad. Yeah, I just literally have one other person. Yes, the Loki trailer. Thank you. I just refreshed to watch the Loki trailer. This is better than listening to them speak.
Let's go. Damn, at least you get out of it.
For 30 seconds, then I could have my ears bleed again. Yo, let's go, Tom Hiddleston. All right, the ad is over. Now I could go back to suffering.
That have decided to take a vacation to this event.
No, why'd you put this on? I would have preferred a black screen. Yeah, everybody else is doing something else on Twitch right now. Like even Susie, the freaking Sphere Hunter, tuned out.
Because GDC is probably my favorite event of the year because the press is not the focus at all. There's not big announcements or anything. And yet we as press get some of
Tell people to refresh the stream, it's better, right?
Game developers are just talking to each other and we're kind of listening in. And it's an environment where game developers have their guard down. They're not
They had Yo, here's the thing, no cap and stuff. Watch IGN be like, yo, A3 2021 is the best E3 ever.
I don't know. I mean, whichever direction E3 takes long term, I just think it sort of has to not.
Whichever direction E3 could take right now in the present would be one that could help all of us right now.
Whatever direction they're traveling in, they need to make the swiftest fucking U-turn.
I agree. Please.
Dude, how the fuck did this person like my tweet as I posted it? Yo, bot. Bot. I guess I'm not mad, dude.
Alongside that interview, we had one of the programmers showing me behind the scenes how that procedural generation worked. I thought it was such an interesting way of doing an interview where I was actually seeing behind the scenes elements of what was actually going into the game while he was speaking to them in what was a really
snacks.
For me, in that experience, like I could just see his passion and I could just see his pride for what his team was working on. And I think that there's something still, really genuine and true and heartfelt about that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my favorite interviews are usually the conversations that happen at restaurants or bars afterwards, because E3 interviews tend to be very prepared. People are very press trained for them. So I guess I'll share something else, which is my favorite moment. But a few years ago, I was at E3 at the front of the main hall, right? And it was the final day, and I was doing a direct-to-camera of like, hey, this is E3, I'm going to wrap it up. And at this point, I'm like running on no sleep, and I'm like covered in sweat. I look like an absolute mess. And from behind me, this very lovely, tall, and handsome man comes around.
I just hopped into one Discord server, and they are still very adamant on wanting Sora for Smash. By the way.
And then walks off. And it was like the nicest I've ever felt.
So annoying. That game isn't even relevant anymore.
Chris, the best conversations at E3 happen outside the floor, outside these.
Send that to the Sora fans.
Dean Hall is someone who's just an absolutely
Yeah, send that to the Sora fans, indeed. Like, I'm pretty indifferent for like where Kingdom Hearts is going right now, because for the longest time, they've been working so much on the Xehanort arc, and now where could they go next? And they're just gonna continue going on and on. But it's just never the same now that the Xehanort arc is just yeeted.
Somebody who liked my tweet, their name is I'm too moist for you.
I mean, it might not be a person who retweeted, it might just be a cake. A cake could be moist, a brownie could be moist.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
You are not wrong.
Indeed. It couldn't just be a human, it could be like a delicious piece of food. Wait, hold on. Did this person retweet what I did, something I said some time ago?
Uh-oh. Exposed! Exposed! Cancelled.
And we're back on the show floor.
Oh, are we finally done?
Yeah.
Alright, let's try. Here we go. Resident Sleeper? Yet. Oh.
IGN Summer of Gaming is now all summer long. From major press conferences and announcements at E3 2021.
Damn, is Bandai done? What? Like, where are we?
Yeah, like they have this whole block. Master Chief.
Is that it? Commercial break?
Ladies and gents, it has been officially... I lost track of time. Oh, 33 minutes. More power. I love this dude. He's a personality. More power with Norton 360.
I love Pac-Man 99. It's so fun.
Yay, Pac-Man, a property from Bandai Namco.
Bet, you think you're gonna get top 20? Get out of here. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get punched on. My first session, I got like top 30.
I remember having to do a research study in college, and we were just playing Pac-Man as part of a research study, and I was just owning it.
Pac-Man is a classic.
Indeed it is. I definitely played better like right now than when I was a kid. Oh, I have yet to beat this Pac-Man adventure game I originally had on the CD-ROM.
Oh, the classic? The 3D one?
It was like a 3D one on a CD drive, I remember. I never beat it. Thank you. I have returned, folks. I have poofed back in.
When we return, more on what stories we love in our games.
That was really it. That was really Bandai's whole presentation.
That was, wow. They played this ad already, what the heck?
Oh my lord. playing the same ads back. All right, I'm done.
More ads.
I'd rather scroll through Twitter on stream. At least that would be exciting because there's a third of me showing not safe for Twitch content.
Right.
Let me put my fucking camera back, dude.
Right, Kiba? Re? Wow. Shakes my head. Bandai Namco needs to learn a thing or two from Nintendo. Hey, that actually flowed. Yo, there's literally still 29 minutes before Eureka Studio, and this is all they got.
The same ad. just keep playing the same one over and over again.
Actually, what has Eureka Studio made? I need to double check.
I have no idea.
Let me look it up. Eureka Studio. What does they made? Steam Store. Oh, they made Neon Abyss. Streets of Rage 4. Okay. Oh, they're an indie studio. Huh.
Ooh, well, that's pretty,
Hardware.
NSFT, dude.
Custom built PC gaming. All over the world. MGG.
Fatality.
Oh, hey, it's Cupquake again.
What I've always looked for in a game is just this really grand, epic story that makes you feel like you're part of a universe that's not Earth.
Ooh, I'm such a sucker for narrative-driven stories.
I appreciate really good character development. Stories
That was some good content, wasn't it?
Huh.
Just having the option to have choices, to really feel like your choices matter, like this and he dies, feeding you bread.
I might as well have slept through the Nintendo like Direct and just wake up and watch it on my own rather than go through that.
I'd rather go back in time and watch the original fucking E3 presentation of the first the Bomberman remake, if that even exists.
Mm-hmm. You know what would have been really surprising from Capcom is, oh hey, it's Critical. Oh, he showed up on Dude on Tank's stream once, and helped Tank got a bit more viral because he showed up on Tank's stream.
But he showed up there for what?
He showed up to Tank playing a game once, and Tank's stream ended up on his video, and people were bawling over that. Yep, that was pretty cool. Like I know Twitch partners, but they're usually doing their own thing nowadays.
Oh, that's what I need. Hey, yo, where's the random Mr. Beast, strut?
Right?
Look, I'm a prime candidate, Just saying, like, if you wanted to just show up and drop like 50K real quick, like, I'm just, what I'm saying?
Right, and we would put that to a pretty good investment.
I mean, I actually would. I'd take care of my family.
Powered by DoorDash.
None of my homies.
You know what would be a really good story to tell? How basically this whole E3 2021 was agreeably Resident Sleeper. Well, not entirely, but a lot of it was. What's everybody else playing for who I'm following? Let's see. Marvel Strike Force. I already did my dailies and polls on that. Matthew Santoro on Dead by Daylight. Okay. Fork Knife. Special events. That one game by that one Chinese company. What the heck? I knew this girl from college and she's popping with an audience. How the heck do people find her? How the heck does Twitch pop her off? And this one dude I met in real life playing Apex. Wait, he's a freaking partner. Why does he have 22 people right now? What the hell? Yo, Twitch is doing him dirty. He's pushed for partner. He hit partner. Where's the dude's audience?
Audience who?
No. Seriously, real talk though. Like when I watched.
That's because partner pushing, in my opinion, does not lead to true followers.
Yeah, that was like the same thing with me, like doing constant I wouldn't say constant giveaways, but like every other occasion, like giveaways. The growth was like very inorganic. It just
you literally get follows because of a singular goal.
Mm-hmm.
And when people have attained that goal, they don't give a fuck about you anymore. That's just.
But it's like the effort is still like very commendable though, especially like when you're following a content creator who's hit those numbers and you enjoy watching them and they were pretty chill with interacting with you, which was the case when I was previously interacting with Winky Faced a lot, and now like when Winky Face has hit partner, that's pretty great for him. But now like the same thing that's happening to this dude I see playing Apex has happened to Winky. Damn. Oh, he even changed his name too.
That was due to another situation, but we're not going to get into that.
No, definitely not. I just only remember he had his name changed. Let's see. Dude, we got a cooking stream that I follow. Pretty good, pretty good. Dead by Daylight again. Endo's doing a... I don't know what Endo's doing, but I know he's playing Pokemon. Got a Valorant. There's a Somebody Night playing a special event. Well, I mean, sleeper event.
Sleeper night, dude.
Nintendo Memories. Okay, is this something I want to watch?
Nintendo Memories. I'm turning this shit off. I don't give a fuck. Game Grumps and NBs motherfuckers. I don't care.
Nintendo I broke though because I thought it was a piggy bank. So
I'd rather look at what is this? Tales of Arise Collector's Edition figurine. There you go.
Ooh, that's a Nintendo gun.
Yeah, this is what Bandai's presentation should have just been. Was this? There you go.
Bondi Sleeper Agent, right, Kiva? That's just about right. You know, I'm just gonna switch over to Stream Raiders and make sure that these stream rating gets going. I think like one time, wait, that's not even a Twitch partner I follow. She looks like a Twitch partner I follow though. Yo, Cutie Sensei's hair be on point though. Huh. Hey, it's Critical again. It's all about the Nintendo 64. I think I went to a hotel one time as a kid, and it was equipped with a Nintendo 64. Actually, 2 hotels I had. Drift with your feet? Who be out here drifting with their feet?
Me.
Wait, can you actually do that?
Yeah, you don't drift with your feet, dude?
I haven't tried. They had one presentation and they just did not take the chance.
Let me just put something on. I got shit to do. I'm not someone's gonna sit here and watch the equivalent of fucking paint dry. Actually, no, paint dry would be more exciting. Watching the equivalent of dust settle upon a shelf over time.
Yep. Yeah, I need to like end this session on Twitch off with something a bit more exciting.
Hey, hello, Mailbox. You came at the worst possible time because I'm actually leaving. Too much of a resident sleeper moment.
I agree, and hello there, Mailbox. It is I.
Yeah.
I think I'll just start up some Monster Hunter. Stories!
I'll let you know that.
Yeah, hopefully your laundry gets taken care of. All right then. Let's see here. Wait, actually, is my dude literally ending right now?
As a part of Play for All, GameSpot will be bringing you the latest gaming news and announcements, interviews with developers, the biggest press conferences. Play for All is
Oh, Kiba, do you need one of these scrolls?
excitement and announcements of E3.
I think I'll get. Wait, is Mappy in this map?
Special guests who are going to help us raise money for able gamers.
I got Kiba, Curry, nobody else I know from stream. I suppose I could give a prize to Toby for landing the. Yeah, Toby landed the most kills. I'll give a prize to him.
When I was in college, in the early '90s, I was a computer science major at the University of Minnesota, and I loved gaming. I loved computers. I knew I always wanted to do something in gaming, but it wasn't until I played the very first Doom game, Doom 1. I never even played Wolfenstein before that, but I remember I downloaded Doom 1. It was like my entire life changed. And I was so amazed and...
Okay, nobody's playing Monster Hunter Stories at the moment. Let's go ahead and turn on some Monster Hunter Stories to end. Jesus Christ, this was a very sour note to end off on. Curry, I'll go ahead and give him the bomber. Actually, no, Curry I'll give the healer. Toby, I'll go ahead and give the bomber to.
And I fell in love with making levels. I was lucky enough to be contacted by id Software to work on some levels for the
Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this boss level. That left a really sour taste in my mouth. I am so disappointed. Oh, what are we looking at over here? Please tell me, please tell me, please tell me. Skeleton Warriors. We got some rats.
We just wanted to make cool stuff.
Warriors, please tell me this looks good. Please tell me this looks good. Okay. Okay, perfect. We got no skeletal busters, my dudes. Yo, okay. We're good, we're good. No, I didn't mean to place a monk down. Okay, that's still okay. I was about to place a Templar, but a monk is okay too. Alright, let me go ahead and switch over to the 3DS scene. Finish it off with some Monster Hunter Stories.
That there is more pressure on young teams today, especially ones that have had success, because I've seen it. The biggest handicap of people
Yeah, they could have made like some other different announcement. Or actually, maybe I could hop over to Phantasy Star Online 2 if I can get that game working.
We were blessed, to be honest.
I mean, I could get that game working.
To kind of create this team while kind of the internet created that, the behemoth that it is now. I would love to say that we were so clever.
Alright, there's nobody streaming under this game category right now, so let's just go ahead and end off with this. So no spoilers. First playthrough. First playthrough. Backseat gaming is allowed because.
Talk about one of my favorite genres in gaming. Welcome back to E3 live from Los Angeles. Now, Doom is certainly one of the godfathers of the FPS genre, along with Wolfenstein. Thank you, Amelie, for fanning me down there. You also got classics like GoldenEye, a bunch of games we grew up with that we love. But guys, what FPS titles would you consider your personal faves? David, we'll start with you. It's funny.
Okay. We turned that off. We zoned that off. That was I don't know how to feel. Nintendo just pretty much stole it again. But no, don't get me wrong, there was like some games that still caught my attention for from the other shows, bits and pieces, but it's not like the entire presentation like completely did justice like Nintendo did, obviously.